Zone 4G, official partner of Pubg Mobile in Pakistan. PUBG Mobile का real मजा सिर्फ Zone 4G पर. Let's get digital.
Hello guys, welcome to PUBG Mobile National Championship Pakistan 2021, sponsored by the Oppo F19 Pro. This is Super here, and I have Shivansh with me here. Phoenix, how are you feeling today? Tell me, bro. This is the day 3 of the semi-finals now.
Yeah, I'm quite happy, and you know what? I just landed on the semi-finals day 3, and I'm casting with you. And this is the national championship for the Pakistan region. I'm very, very excited for this. Let's see what what these teams are going to offer us.
Yeah, and a very happy birthday to you, Shivansh, as well, and all the audience out there. But look at this, the total prize pool out here, $30,000. We know it, Shivansh. Just break down the prize pool for us, and you know that very important thing other than the prize pool. Just mention it out there.
Okay, so for the first position, if you're going to secure that first position for yourself, you'll get $10,000. But another important thing, if you're going to secure the first position, you'll get another interesting thing, and that is the bragging rights as well as one slot for the PMPL Season 4. That is massive. You know what? The slot is literally, it has more value than the price. But to be honest, my personal opinion, it has more value.
Well, certainly it is the same for me. And how are they going to get those positions out there? It's based on this point system in front of us. It's been practiced everywhere. This is the standard point system, and we have witnessed this so much. 15 points for the chicken dinner, 1 kill per point, 13 to 16 positions get no point whatsoever. So you need to make sure if you're taking early exit in all these maps, you make sure you get some points behind your back, and those should be kill points at that point. Erangel, Miramar, Erangel, Sanhok, Erangel. This is the standard. This is the standard schedule for all the semi-final days. Today is the day 3. We got 3 more days of action, and after that, we are going to know who are going to be the top 16 teams that are going to be with us during the finale of the entire PUBG Mobile National Championship Pakistan region.
Yeah, top 16 teams will be the finale. But so today, the Group A and the Group C, these teams are going to compete against each other. We talk about the squad roster of Group A. We have Team QWERTY, Team B Style, Star X111, and the TheBillyBoys, Fix's favorite team. And we talk about the other 4 teams of the squad roster of Group A. We have Team NB, Team Sky, Team Legion, and R3KT.
Yeah, a lot of these teams have impressed us, and to be really honest, we need a little more effort from some of the teams. Like teams like Team R3KT Esports over there, they've made it inside the semi-finals over here, but let's see how they're going to perform today. And this is one of the crowd favorites out here, Team Bablu. They've got 5 matches today. Yesterday, they showed up with an extremely amazing showing. Just the 4 matches, they got 70 plus points. They had a bit rough last game over there. They would really want to repeat the first 4 matches today. Let's see how they're going to do. Other teams out there, XGeneration, TMWeSports, these are teams to watch out for. These are underdogs from the region that are having a really good run out here. Let's see what they're going to do. But here is the overall standing after 10 matches that we played till yesterday. Quantum Rage leading the charts with 117 points with just 1 chicken dinner. Freestyle, look at that. They're still there with Team Bablu with just 5 games under their belt, and they got to play their 5 games today. So clearly, they're going to make a good jump over there inside the overall rankings.
And for sure, and look at that. Team QWERTY at the
Yeah.
8th position with 5 matches played, once again in their favor, almost 60 points they had. They have secured 59 total points in their favor. Team NB also on the 9th position, pretty close to Team QWERTY with total 53 points, and once again also secured that one crucial ticket into their favor. So teams like Team Legion, XGeneration, Dead Spot, Team Sky, they still have a lot of chance to be on the first place of the leaderboard. But till now, they are pretty safe because they are in the top 16 of the overall ranking.
Certainly, they are here in the top 16 of the overall ranking, and let's see how they're going to proceed further from here. But all these teams lurking around on the third page from hashtag 17 to 24, they got a really good work to do today, and let's see if they're going to do. All these teams would be playing, all these 8 teams would be playing today. BillyBoys being one of them, TMW being one of them, Lost Esports also over there. These are the good underdog teams that we have found here inside the national championship already, and I would really want to see how these teams make a climb today. And all the teams from Group B who are going to sit aside today, they're just going to watch matches happen, and some of the teams are going to fall down the overall points and come towards the space number 3 as well. So that is going to be added pressure. I'm saying this because on the last day of the semi-finals, once again, Group B won't be playing their matches. It's going to be
Yes.
Group A and Group C going to play their last 5 matches on the last day. So Group B really needs to get things sorted, and they really need to understand that all they got to do in those 10 matches, and they are going to set the target. So they better set the target with a good cushion around it.
So now just because of things are more interesting out here because you have that one opportunity left for yourself
Yes.
because we know that for the last moment of time, Group A and Group C will compete against each other. So they have to maintain a pretty decent cushion of a huge amount of points. If we talk about some teams, like let's talk about the team NV. In the group stage, they did a massive. They literally had a massive, explosive opening with the chicken dinner and head-to-head stats. We talk about the head-to-head average stats. The team QWERTY. If we talk about the past 24 matches and the the previous 5 matches, 1544 average damage versus 1200, almost 1200 damage. So it's pretty close. They are literally improving their level, and they are also increasing one level of the competition.
Yeah, certainly, and they really need to up their ante, right? And because they've just set up such high standards for themselves during the group stages, right? We know how they were dominating. They were hashtag one position, the biggest team out of all the Pakistani teams during the group stages. So now they've just set up a very good target for themselves. They're still doing just fine. Look at that. With just 5 matches, they're still inside the top 8, right? But
Yeah.
the kind of standards they have set for themselves, they're just finding it difficult to chase them. So let's see, chase themselves to be really honest. So let's see how they're going to do today. I'm very excited for Team QWERTY. 3 matches of Erangel, they're going to drop into Lipovka. Let's see what we are up to.
Let's see what they are up to. And you know what, if we talk about this particular location, right? You have three Erangels lined up for today, and we have one Miramar and one Sanhok. So if you just land near the Lipovka area and every single time the zone is going to favor you, so you had a decent outing out there because whenever you land at a perfect drop location, whenever you land at a perfect spot in a map, every single time you play and you think that at least till the second zone, the zone's just going to favor us. If it happens, then you have an upper hand, right? But things are not that easy in this PUBG Mobile. We saw one water zone, I think so,
Yeah,
2 to 3
yeah, we
days
did.
ago, and at that moment, I was literally thinking that what just happened? You never anticipated this, in the national championship.
Certainly, at a big stage in a competitive game, those two little islands towards the eastern coast of Miramar coming into the scene, and then I think around 25 to 30 players were swimming inside the water at the same time. It
Yeah.
more of looked like a swimming session out there. But we are now here heading inside the game number 1 of day 3 of the semi-finale, and a big shout out to our network sponsors, though that is Zong 4G here, and all the players connected to Zong 4G and all 64 players. Oh, look at that, Billy boys and Death Squad missing out on their fourth player. This is not a good sight to see. Even Lost Esports. So we are going to have a 61 player lobby inside the semi-finale stage, and all these players are connected and going to contest here inside this Erangel game, starting from the shores of Georgiapur towards the shore of just towards the southern area of Novorupno. It's a pretty decent playing path. But look at that. We were talking about Team QWERTY. Lipovka is going to be a task to reach.
Lipovka certainly is going to be a task to reach. For that, you need a vehicle, and I think so. I think so. If team just drop down near the Milta area, they'll find a perfect vehicle so that they can start their journey towards the Lipovka area. But the important part is where the first zone is going to form. We already know that Kochiki is going to be inside the circle because it's the heart of the of the Erangel map, and I'd love to see if any teams drop out there and any team literally went out there and any another team basically contest that particular area, and they had they'll engage in a very early fight. Now, if we talk about Team Bablu towards the George Pool, second city. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was speaking about watching the city. Yes, it's been the home of Max Esports throughout, but let's see how long they're going to hold it because clearly they're not doing very good inside the overall
Oh
standings
yeah.
as well. And in a city like Pochinki, if you're holding on to it, you might get contested at any point because there are different flight paths, right? And for any team, it might just be the second drop location. For now, they're still safe. They have the entire city to themselves, but look at that. The players of North Esports falling really close to them. They are just dropping towards that school and school apartments area. It's a pretty decent spot to start your game with. But look at what we have here. Team Sky, a fairly experienced team already inside the lobby, and they're having this contestation once again against Rect Esports.
Yeah.
It's been number of times we've seen this encounter between these two teams, and once again it's about let's see who's going to take the first bit over here.
The first blood is the most important thing, and with that first blood, you will get that one kill point too. It seems like Sergio is falling back. That's the perfect option. That's the pretty viable option out here because he hasn't been able to secure a single gun or able to find a single gun. So backing off and just waiting for that perfect opportunity and moving away and just not engaging in a fight, it's a decent option. But now, if we talk about Team MP, right? Look at their position. They are near the Novoripnoy area. The zone is not that far away. But if they pick that Novoripnoy bridge, maybe it might possible any team will bridge camp for them and will take them down.
Certainly, that is going to be a possibility. With two teams looting up the Milta city, it certainly comes into the equation if the Novo Bridge is going to get blocked or not. But look at that, Fixes. When we had a look at the map, there was so much open spaces towards the eastern and the northeastern side, right? Those Salvo
Yeah.
Hills, those Isnaya city, all those spaces clearly open right now. But we have some early contestations that are building up inside cities like Milta and Ferrypair. Let's see how these teams are they going to avoid and disengage and head towards those crucial rotations because this is a very important time for them to gather some early loot and fill up those important positions inside the circle right now. But there are clearly some altercations that are just about to happen. And XGeneration on our screens, very close to Team ELM, who have been going to Team Lipovka when QWERTY was not inside the lobby, and now they have taken up the city of Milta. So this sort of confusion is just created because of
Oh
all
yeah.
these teams with the different groups coming inside, and that is why we are watching this encounter that is just about to happen. But I think ELM is taking a smart decision to disengage over here.
You know what? As you just mentioned, it's a smart decision. What is the reason behind it? Because they are at the 22nd position in the overall ranking. They just secured only 18 points. So right now, you are going to engage in a fight against a team who has the 14th position with total 41 points, just proving themselves in 75 matches and literally putting a good fight out here. But right now, you can see that Vision. He has that Bison in his hand with 50 bullet loaded in that particular gun with the 4 times on it. This is a pretty decent combination to where we all know that this could be lethal, but for that you have to use it perfectly.
Yeah, you certainly have to use it perfectly. Any gun that you're using can be lethal if you've got to use it perfectly. But on that distance, the 4x scope on the Bison, I think he really needs to give that cover to his teammates to escape from the city right now because I don't want ELM in an early encounter. Just like you mentioned, 22nd on the overall standings. I want to go deep inside the game. Maybe some way find a fight between the mid game. But Milta City, it's not good enough to give the initial loot for the entire game to both these two teams. They really need a second phase of looting, and for that, one of them really needs to disengage pretty quickly. And Vision, look at that, he was up there. He's got some shots over here from the DP from Rahman. Even Rahman has been injured a little bit, but certainly no first blood till now. We haven't witnessed any knocks. So both the teams inside Milta and both the teams inside Ferrypier have not given us a single knock till now. So that clearly tells you the statement how serious these teams are taking this opportunity over here and how they want to make sure that they carry maximum players inside the final circle.
The match numbers are decreasing, so as their numbers. And Rahman with that amazing burst spray with his DP knocked out one player, but the distance is quite a lot, right? If they want to run towards the knockdown player Vision, you need a vehicle. And it seems like they're going to do the same thing, but right now, you need a proper plan. Someone has to provide cover for you so that you'll not be taken down. But Rex is not in a good situation. He has that S12K knocked out 15, received a lot of damage on just 40% HP. Right now, the revival is going to be there, but he has no opportunities. I'm talking about no grenades, no molly. He has that first aid kit, popping out that first aid kit, and Halsey just cooking up that frag grenade. If it's going to work out in his favor, then this could be lethal, but no. Sergio with that smart move dodged out that frag grenade and just on top of the Dacia.
Yeah, that's how you use the vicinity, right? He used that wooden block perfectly and that jump towards his vehicle. Let's see if he's going to engage from a different angle now. But he's holding up a pretty good angle, to be really honest. Ghost is here inside the nearby vicinity. So we are finally getting that early altercation from the teams inside Ferrypier. And Sky, they really need to change things in their favor, right? They're not having a really good outing in the overall scheme of things inside this national championship. And they really want some points. And let's see if they get this early fight in their favor or not. And three players that I can spot right now from Team Sky, Sergio and Ghost on our screen. So it would be really interesting to see that where are actually the other players. And we got Sky Deadshot on the other side. Bad news for Sergio.
Now, as I just mentioned, there is the back-to-back a decent option because we can see that Deadshot is coming out the back lines and he already knocked out Sergio out in an open area. He has that SL case. Deadshot is using that M416 just the 4 times. And we all know that this is the most used combination in the PUBG Mobile meta. We all know that after some updates, guns like and Storm, they already got the huge buff and teams already shifted to those type of guns. Still know that the AK, you have no other alternative of that AK except a Groza. Otherwise, AK is the best option. Ghost receiving some amount of damage. He lost all the 2 players. DS is already slowly receiving some amount of damage bleeding out, but I don't think that he has enough time to survive because NFP Sky they have that advantage for the very fair fight.
Yeah, they certainly have the upper hand an advantage in this very fair fight because clearly the flank from Deadshot worked and surprised the lads of Rect Esports completely. Now we are down to DS and Ghost. 2 of the lads have already been eliminated. Sergio being one of them. We know how strong a player for Rect Esports Sergio has been, but this is not the kind of start Rect Esports was hoping for themselves. Now we can see the clear disengagement coming in. No. This is not the disengagement. He's just closing in the angles and closing in pretty quickly using the vehicle. So the push is going to be in here. Sky Esports going for the kill, going for the elimination, and let's see how hungry they are for these points. And this is going to be a pressure situation for the player like DS. He's been an amazing player so far, but the push is on him. He does not have the complete HP over there. And look at this with the Thompson. He's just leading the charge. Ghost holding an angle with that arm. He's got an ammo over there. And let's see if the push is.
Oh no!
Ooh, a mistake coming in, but eventually goes down. Now it's down to DS, and he's going to be pinned down pretty soon as well. And that is the elimination. First team, Rect Esports out of the contest on day number 3 in the opening game.
But at least they just eliminated that shot from the lobby for a consolation prize, right? NFP now they're going to play with the 3-man lineup because they already lost that shot in this very fair final fight against Rect Esports. But they already got 4 kill points. So yeah, the trade is quite interesting. It was quite interesting. And what do we have in that airdrop 1? We have the NG3, the beast gun inside the first airdrop. Whoever gets this gun is going to be quite happy to go.
Yeah, and you've got the shooting range just next to the airdrop as well, right? So you can just pick it up and do some practice out there before you do it on the players. But what do you think about this gun, MG3, this new edition inside the game? What do you think, Shivans, about this?
You already got confused with these sectors on series because it's natural. Whenever I be with Fixes, I used to call him Phoenix and he used to call me Fixes. It's weird, but right now we talk about Destroyer. It's words. One player, and he's just searching around in area. It's the perfect strategy. He has that barrel in his hand. Switch to that M416 with the 6 times. A decent combination, right?
Yeah, certainly it's a very good combination. It's a worldwide favorite combination for a lot of players out there. Professional or not, everyone loves to pull down a player with an M466 play, and that is exactly what the story is using. This is Team QWERTY in action. They are trying to control the central area of the map right now. It's a bit different kind of approach coming in from Team QWERTY. So let's see how they are going to pull this off. And clearly, they're not looking to engage in this fight, and they're sort of looking to disengage. Wolverine has already taken a flank position. He's sort of taken a cover position from behind, and the lads of XGeneration are being targeted with that DP4X from a long range. It's a fair enough range for DP, but I feel like Goldrix and Destroyer and Wolverine are also sort of going to retreat from this position.
But I'm not sure they know about the position of Rahman,
Yeah.
that he's just hiding behind that particular compound or not.
Yeah, it's a smart move from Rahman, to be really honest. He just made sure that he keeps his other 3 players into the equation. And now when he gets the sound cues, he knows that the players are retreating. He tries to pull down and knock over there with the CP4X. Certainly is not able to pull that off. But that was a pretty decent awareness coming in from this team of XGeneration. It's a really good team. It's an underdog team that is sort of getting some good points out here. I'm really feeling good about all these teams that are trying really hard for the national championship out here. On the other hand, when we speak of underdogs, there are other big giants in the lobby as well. The counterparts, that is Team Freestyle out here. Respect on your screen. They've got an opening on the lads of Max Esports, I believe, and look at that elimination coming in. That is respect for you, just charging inside. He's on half HP already, but they're creating a ruckus over here inside the area of Water City, and look at them go, the way they are hunting Dread down. This is looking really good. But Dread, Assad, on the other hand, he's found BillyBoys, knocked him down. Malik goes down. Now this is not what we were expecting. And almost. What did just happen over there? I thought he was going to get pinned down by the vehicle over there, but Assad somehow manages to jump over the vehicle. That's a perfect jump. And now Respect, this is the last guy standing for Freestyle. This is not looking good for them. Let's see, Respect out there. He takes down them, and he's going to eliminate him for sure, but he really needs to regroup with the team. Gully Boy, you need to get behind there. And look at that. One more dog coming in. No. That is Rahi ending up wrapping up things for Freestyle. They are out of the lobby at the hashtag 14th position, in fact 15th.
That was a 1v3 situation. Respect got stuck in a 1v3 situation. Somehow managed to take down Pubg, unable to take down the third one, to be able to take down the third one. The question is, what group they just disengaged from one particular fight. After that, after the rotation towards the Water City, they got stuck in a fight against Max D, and we all know, if you're gonna give one single chance to this particular team, they will demolish you, right? They're gonna dominate you, and we just witnessed the same thing.
We certainly did, and look at that. Now with the shift of the zone, it looks like the team QWERTY is playing towards the edges, and we have seen them how deadly they can be from the eastern edges, right? And let's see how they're going to pull this off, because clearly this is no more a hybrid circle. It's definitely going towards the northern side of the river, and with that fight being executed to inside Water City, I think now Max Esports, they've lost a player, to be honest, but I think they're going to get a fair amount of refill over there for their loot, and when they're going to get in, I think they're looking good over.
Yeah, they are. They are looking good over there, and they have the Tesla as well. And look at that beauty. The vehicle is so damn beautiful. Style, the sleek design. But right now we're talking about sleek design. Destroyer literally destroying the whole lobby, pin down the players of Heat, and we taking down one by one. And he already secured 2-3 kills into his favor. We talk about this particular team, XGeneration. They are just playing a little bit passive, and what we just witnessed, one player he got knocked out by the blue zone.
Yeah, and this is just the third circle close. It's really surprising thing for XGeneration. I think he must be getting some shots from the distance, and the play zone must also be into the equation. That is the only explanation at this time. Otherwise, I can see the other lads of XGeneration on my screen right now. Three of them. I don't see the fourth over there, so that might be a very troublesome situation for them. And let's see how they're going to regroup. But Billy Boys, who have just came in as a three-man team, let's see what they're going to do there, because they are completely getting surrounded by multiple teams. So towards the northern side, they have Star. Towards
Oh
the
no.
western side, we have Team Legion, and this shift towards the western side. Team Bablu right inside the zone. They are in a split situation once again, yet again. Team Bablu in a split situation, and Team Legion is also finding a good position inside the zone. Let's see how they're going to handle this push coming in. This is Team North Esports just heading right towards where Team Legion is holding up.
You won't believe, but trust me, if this split formation going to work out in the team Bablu favor, they'll easily secure another 6 into their favor. And we can see that Asad, he has been taken down by the blue zone. TMW Hunk, doing a lot of chop for his team Ghost. His kill confirmation has already been there by the blue zone. Hunk just cooking another grenade. They are not looking good. Believe sparking out a lot of smoke so that he can provide some extra amount of cover for Unknown and knock out the Vision too. War Truck again. Oh my god, another key players in front of us using that barrel perfectly. It is not a good situation for Hassan and Godfrey.
It certainly isn't. And look at this. Voltos taking it on single-handedly. He's eliminated one player down, and the second might just be the next one. Yes, this is Voltos today. Takes down Fury. Hassan is the last player. He's been pulled down by his teammate Khan over there. So Team QWERTY making a significant impact over the northern edges right now, and they're controlling the ridges beautifully out there, making things difficult for all the enemies inside the vicinity. Look at the minimap, the amount of area they have to play with now, and this is going to be a very, very good refill at this point when the fourth switch is sort of closing in. They are on the edge. But speaking of edges, there's one more fight that is being executed towards the northern side, slightly towards the western side. This is Lost Esports going against TMW. These are both the teams on the third pages right now, getting their opportunity to get some significant points for themselves. But Billy Boys, they're going down from the distance as well, not looking good. That is XGeneration who's spinning them down. And now Lost Esports trying to engrave the players of TMW from multiple angles, and Marlega sort of trying to keep them at bay.
Look at that. The position of Believe hasn't been compromised yet, and he's got the plan and the game. Not stop for his team. And yeah, Believe knocked out Marlega, and only one player surviving for TMW. Believe he has to check out that particular position towards the US, and yeah, he finished the whole team of TMW Esports at the 12th position. That was a good find in favor of Lost Esports, and we can see Lost Esports unable to secure the single kill, but yeah, they have a good tempo, they have a good bridges, they have the good ransom area into their favor. Daku is going to revive his teammate because they are engaging in a fight, I think, against humans.
Certainly they are. And look at the kind of clusters that is developing towards the southeastern side. We have North Esports trying to control their black lines. They're just making sure that there's no one who just backstabs from the side of the city of Rozok right now. But they've got to deal with Team Legion, right? We saw them holding up a good position for quite some time now, but they haven't been sort of engaging themselves in a fight. Team Bablu in that split situation right now. Zipian, look at him. He's got ELM Esports so close, but the problems for ELM are multiples. They've got Sky towards the western side and Lost Esports coming in from the northern side, who have just decimated a team like TMW. They're also looking good in this game. But look at the kind of area that Team QWERTY is controlling. They're looking in charge of this team in this game completely. If Team Bablu's split doesn't work, I think it's going to be clearly Voltrix's game.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree with that point. But look at that. The zone is keep favoring Team Bablu. Their mind read, their game read is always accurate. Like, they have a good hold. The experience always shows up into the gameplay. And we can see the same thing. We still have 10 teams alive in this particular lobby, 32 players against each other. 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, the fifth circle will start closing in. And Maxi Rahi making sure that he is in a good position using that rock as well as the smoke cloud as an extra cover. Team QWERTY still waiting so that they can move inside the circle. And look at that. This team, Lost Esports, they secured 4 kills, despite of the fact they're playing with the 3-man lineup in this particular Erangel map.
And look at this, and the lad from Lost Esports unknown was with shooting, but the rotation is incoming from QWERTY. He just heard the sound cues, just turned it out, became prone and started shooting in them. So the information has been revealed. Destroyer now taking on the lads of Lost Esports. He stopped inside the rotation. Believe goes down with that net, and look at the precision on that net. He knew exactly exactly where the play was, and what a beautiful name that was. Unknown is still fighting for Lost Esports. Let's see if he's going to give some impact. His teammate is also in a split situation. On the other side, in the backdrop, you can see ELM going down over there. So that is Team Sky giving some significant damage. But the kind of entrance, the grand entrance coming in from Team QWERTY, this is sheer domination coming in. There were so many teams inside the vicinity holding the high ground, holding the ridges, but they have all not been able to give any damage to this rotation for Team QWERTY over here.
Look at that, Unknown inside the dead center, and he knocked out. Hello, by his Bucky. Run on the other side, spotting out one player trying to dish out some damage. Yep, this thing is not able to connect. More bullets onto him right now. He's in a good position. And just looking out for some more enemies. Right now, playing on the edge of the circle, which is again a good option for his team, but he's not that far away. Again, Team QWERTY, they are playing with the team split, just like Team Bablu. We know that this team, these two teams always play with these type of strategy, and sometimes it just goes in their favor. Sometimes it doesn't. We know that sometimes this strategy backfires, or you can't pot it down healthy, knock him down, and just again brought down to only 50% HP, but not engaging from any fight. Just pushing towards the players of NFTs.
Yeah, certainly. And look at the shots coming in. Khan on the magic pixel over there. Just so 1 HP, maybe 3 to 4 HP over there. And look at that. This is Team Sky that is holding up. They were looking good for such a long time now. The players of Team Death Squad are being filled down on a different edge. And look at this fight also happening between the players of XGeneration and ELM towards the northern closing circle. And they are being pinned down by Team Sky as well. They're getting those angles. Ash beautifully trying to control and getting a good cover out of that boiler on the terrace right now. But let's see how Team QWERTY is going to get stopped, because look at Goldrex, ELM vision has been picked up. They are picking off circles in a long distance right now. Bablu, they are no more in the split situation. They are holding up, sticking together as a team, but unluckily for them, the compound that they're holding is now outside the zone. That is why you see them deciding to smoke towards where their vehicle are, and Team is just lurking around over there. Even other teams might just get the concentration towards where Team Bablu is holding up. It's going to get difficult for them, but one of the lads gets taken off from Team QWERTY. That is Destroyer. He's a very important player, but he's been pulled down now by Max Rahi.
And Rahi, you never expected one player just on the certain side of the circle, playing on the very edge of the circle too. Khan now doing a lot of top, but it seems the market going down right now, taking the areas, and you know what? They have to change their plan. They have to do something, otherwise they are going to be punished by the blue zone. But look at that, Wolverine fought down the final player, Kaspi on Team Sky, and they eliminated him. From at the 8th position, Team NFTs have taken elimination, and ELM Esports also have been taken down at the 7th position. Team Legion taken exit at the 6th position.
Yeah, that is Team Bablu just eliminating Team Legion and making their way inside the zone from the northern circles right now. Let's see if they're going to make this possible for them. They're going to get spotted. They're going to get pulled down. Voltrix has got their eyes on them. 420 goes down. The orb from Volt is making serious damage on the lads of Bablu. Even Dani has been pulled down. Team Wolf eliminated out of the game. There's just one guy who's standing from Team Bablu right now. He really needs to do some really good regrouping. Team Bablu on the verge of elimination here inside the final circle. They're somehow surviving. Zibian trying to give that revive to 420 behind that vehicle cover that they have created for themselves. That is not looking a very good position, but 3 players from Team QWERTY trying to make their entrance towards the western edge right now. They are looking good for a chicken dinner over here.
To be honest, at this position, North Esports goes just literally utilize that situation, that worst situation of Team Bablu into his favor. It just burst down one vehicle and secured one kill. Again, Samin just literally showcasing this game, literally just doing the same thing with his mini 14s and then an 8x, and that was nasty. Mini 14 shot on top of Khan. He got knocked out, but I'm sure the revival is going to be there. The important part is all the teams are inside the circle, and Rahi still surviving for the team of Max G.
Yeah, he's still surviving. The solo lads still fighting over there, and we've got Zibian with 4 kills under his belt. I believe he's given multiple damage to the lads of Legion over there, and he got at least 3 to 4 kills from that squad over there. It's been an amazing performance coming in from Zibian. Now they've got a responsibility. On one side, it's Team North Esports that is trying to close in, but Max Rai sort of denying them the entry, but he's being spotted there by the lads of North Esports. Summon pulls him down over there. But look at this. Summon with his mini is making some significant damage. He got the molly from the players of Team QWERTY as well. QWERTY just surviving on this high risk. They've got Team North Esports pinned down behind that rock. Summon somehow still surviving. Aqua was pinned down by Rahi, but he's bleeding out. But this is all giving a good opportunity Bablu to sort of regroup right now. Even one of the lads from Team Bablu is bleeding out. He needs a revive, and that is going to be possible in the smoke trap that they have created for themselves. But the higher ground for Voltrux and his teammate Wolverine, how is that going to come into the equation? That is what I am looking at.
And right now, Voltrux has been thrown down and taking some prone shots, and we already know that the prone shots has a higher chance of accuracy, and we know that Voltrux, team QWERTY, they always work on these type of tracks. Now, Zameen, the final and the lone survivors of Team North Esports, he has been down by the blue. So now it's a battle between these two giants, 2v2 situation, Bablu against QWERTY.
And we have Voltrux with 9 kills already over here. Continue.
Okay, so now Voltrux making shots, making extra cover. Be on the safer side. Literally pulled out smoke. Khan, 420. Right now, just cooking some grenades, dropping some grenades onto the players of Team QWERTY. They know that where they are, but he has to be on the safer side. Already amount of damage. Voltrux dishing out a lot of damage. 420 is the one that's going to take down Zibian. It's 2v1 situation. 420, the final player for Team Bablu. Voltrux switched to a molly, which is a really a risky move, but still, he gets the Scott thrown down. Khan, 420, is going to lob a grenade on top of Voltrux. Is this gonna work out? Time will only answer our question. But this is going to be incredible. That molly, 420, somehow managed to survive the aggression of that molly, but Voltrux, he's not stopping using that AUG perfectly.
Inches away was that molly coming in from Voltrux right now, but Khan 420 somehow manages to survive. This is 420 in this 1v2 situation against Team QWERTY. Let's see how is he going to deal with this situation.
Oh my goodness. Voltrux, he just got out to 75 SP, so as Wolverine, just both the players have healed themselves up. 8th zone. This is the 8th zone to start closing in. Now both teams, they have to do something, because this is the final dead grab. This is the final gate of success. They have the key, but the only difference is, the only option is, they just have to use that key perfectly. Now, 420, the chances of his winning are quite low, because he has to face 2 different players from 2 different angles. Voltrux on the right side, Wolverine from the left hand side. Both the players have the cover of those trees, and Voltrux has an extra cover of that particular ring.
What an amazing game, Shivansh. What an amazing game from this player out here. The kind of pressure he's created on the lad, but the problem is the blue zone is forcing him to go out in the open. He's going to get caught over there, and I believe Voltrux just completed his 10th kill of the game. That chicken dinner goes to Team Cook. The kind of domination they were going through the mid game was stopped when they met Team Bablu on the tracks. An amazing game coming in from Team Bablu, but could not stop Team QWERTY to get this 16 kills in the header.
31 total points in favor of Team QWERTY. 3,105 total damage. Can you imagine that this is so big? The number is massive. We talked about the overall ranking. Secure the 4th position, the overall ranking. Man, this team was looking unstoppable in this particular Erangel match. So as Team Bablu, I felt that the Rahi, the pressure on top of Rahi was massive. He literally did a lot of job for his team. He was so perfect, he was so calm, literally showcasing that trigger discipline. Just because of that, he secured the 4th position in this match.
And look at that, hashtag 4 for Team QWERTY. They still got 4 matches to play to equal the number of games to reach that 10 match mark today by the end of the day, and they're going to do that for sure. It's a pretty decent show coming in. It sort of reminded me of the day from the group stages when Team QWERTY had 4 chicken dinners in a single day. Let's see if we are heading for that sort of a day or not. But 9 kills, here for this lad. 11, more than 1100 damage. That's a really, really good number. Just one assist, so he's making sure capitalizing on the damage that he's giving and converting them as skills for themselves. That's a really good skill to possess for this lad, Voltrex, and that is why I was saying in the mid game that this game can be Voltrex's, and it's exactly his game here. 9 kills for this lad. Wolverine takes away 5, but North Esports Zamin once again manages to leave an impression upon us all. #3, that was North Esports, what they could get out of this game, and they would be really, really happy with this effort that they have pulled it off here.
Yeah, especially Zamin, he just literally gave his kill to the blue to not to his opponent, and that was an easy move from his side. But his mini pot shot was massive, and they were so mesmerizing. But despite of that,
Khan 420, yes.
Focused. Yeah, Khan 420. This man, this lad, is the lone survivor for Team Bablu till the last. He was so fighting till his last breath, and literally proved that why he is with the team and why he got the highest survival rate.
I'm really most impressed with the kind of performance Khan 420 has pulled off in this game. We've seen him do some amazing things. Really sad to see him not here in the match summary, because the kind of effort, the kind of heart he showed inside the final circuit was amazing. Almost 600 damage, just 1 kill in his belt, but it's a great show coming in. Voltrix got the highest damage from here, and almost half the damage was for the lad of Khan 420 over there. He was so silent. Remember, Shivansh, they were not taking so many fights. They were just holding on to the circles. They were getting the shift of the circles towards them. But managing 17 points out of this game, it's a very good effort coming in from Team W. It's going to do their confidence, they cause a hell lot of good, and they're going to be really happy with this performance. North Esports, on the other hand, also getting 15. Max Esports getting 13. Lost 11. All these teams really needed these points behind their back, and that is exactly what they've got.
Now things are not good for these particular teams who are the second phase of the match ranking. Look at that. TheBillyBoys and PMNC, their pockets are empty. Their pockets were empty, could not be built, unable to secure a single point with total 0 points. Tarek, TMW, it was secured total 1 point, which is again a question because now the squad is just on top of your head. This is a do or die situation. Despite of the fact you're going to complete your 10 matches, but you still have some matches left. But again, if you want to continue your journey till the finals, you have to put up a good fight. You have to showcase your dominance. You have to be on the top, and you have to do something. And if we talk about something, securing kills is a massive part of that particular word, and we already know that next esports, despite the fact they already lost a lot of this, but still they end up with 1 point.
This was an amazing teamwork that we are witnessing here inside the OPF19 Pro moments from Team Rect over there. One of the lad just pulled down that shot, and the other made sure to confirm the kill over there. They got 1 point over there. But yes, some amazing fights that we witnessed over here on these ridges just towards the eastern side of shooting range area. And look at how Team QWERTY, they were dominating this lobby completely till they met a rock named Khan 420. He just stopped them in their strides. 2 of the lads who were carrying so much confidence behind their back, but Khan 420, with the kind of skill set that he possesses, he just made sure to deny these two big giants out there, Wolverine and Voltex. They just had to play the waiting game. They had to wait for the zone to come into equation. I don't think it's possible to just keep these 2 people silent inside the final circle if they've just got one opponent in front of them, and that is exactly what Khan 420 was able to pull off.
Yeah, but you know what? That volley to flush up Rahi from his comfortable position lead to his elimination. But wasn't he able to take down one player? But I think so. He dished out a lot of damage onto the players of North Esports. But this was the fight. This was the end fight. We were talking about the mollies and the utilities. The usage of those exclusive utilities from the side of Khan 420 was on point.
Amazing, and the reflexes have to be on point, right? He was just making that haywire run out in the open, getting caught finally, but he really did not have any more options. He gave all he had, and there's absolutely nothing you can tell about it. But look at that, Freestyle still inside the top 6th position over there. They really did not have a nice outing in this one, but Team Bablu, look at what they are pulling off. Team QWERTY, look at what they are doing. These 3 teams are looking to go right towards the top side. They're looking to stack themselves up on the hashtag 1, 2, 3 positions by the end of the day. We'll find out if that's going to happen or not, or Quantum Rage is somehow still going to find themselves inside the top 3, or Portal Esports for them as well. But it's going to be a very difficult task for both these teams because they aren't playing today, and Portal Esports is certainly going to feel that they missed out on that 1-1 game that could have sort of kept them in the contestation of the podium finish for by the end of the day. But because by the end of the day, Phoenix, we are going to complete the half stages of the semi-final.
Yeah, the odd number in front of the Masters number, like Masters in favor, is not favoring Portal for this based on 49 matches. But the good thing is the teams like Legion and Sky, they are in a good position as well with their position so as that squad. But there's not a huge difference between these particular teams and the teams who are in the third phase of the leaderboard. I'm talking about North Esports, TMW, Max, and Lost Esports, and BillyBoys too. They can come back, and I am sure they will be. But the important part is you have to be consistent throughout the match.
Certainly, that is the key. You've got to be consistent, and if you're not being that, then there are a lot of problems lurking around for you. Let's see how these lads are going to deal with all these situations, because these underdog teams, they were looking so good during the group stages, but now the pressure situation is here, Shivas, and this is where you got to buckle up and give those big performances, and only then you're going to get remembered by the end of the tournament. But let's see if they're going to do that or not. They're still struggling on the third page over there, and these are the interesting matches. The next 4 games, if either of these teams comes in and get a chicken dinner, it's going to be a very big one. But if that's going to happen or not, we're going to witness on the other side of this very short break.
Zone 4J, official partner of Pubg Mobile in Pakistan. PUBG मोबाइल का रियल मजा सिर्फ Zone 4G पर. Let's get digital.
Hello, guys, and welcome back once again to PUBG Mobile National Championship Pakistan 2021, sponsored by the Oppo F19 Pro. Woke up your fun, and how woke up are you, Shivansh, after this game number one?
I'm very wooked up, and we already witnessed two giants were facing against each other in the final circle in a 1v2 situation, and QWERTY just, they just put up a good fight and they won the chicken into their favor. But that was Erangel. We are stepping up in a different map, and if we're talking about the different map, it might possible we are going to witness a different story too.
Certainly, the story can be different, and we know how dominating gameplay come in from the sides of Team Bablu inside the maps of Miramar as well. But speaking of Miramar, we are heading right into the game from the city of Los Higos towards the city of La Cobreria. That is the plain path, a slightly western plain path that we are witnessing over here. So let's see how the teams are going to fill in this entire landscape, this entire map of Miramar in front of us, and it's going to be a very interesting one because this is the first time that Team A and Team C are fighting off here. No Quantum Rage inside the lobby, so I guess no early contestation inside Montenegro.
Montenegro, as it is mentioned, there are not going to be any early contestation inside the Montenegro. But I would love to see any different contestation bit, like in a different part from that. But if we talk about this playing part, it seems like, in my personal opinion, I think so. The first zone is going to form near the junkyard of the San Martin area.
Let's see. That's a prediction coming in towards the junkyard and the San Martin area. Let's see if that part of the map is going to be into the equation or not. But let's see. We've had some amazing circles in the past few days in this Miramar game, and certainly I would be hoping for another one as we go ahead inside this game number two for the day here. And it's a pretty important day for a lot of teams. Teams like North Esports, they really showed up with a very good performance, 13 points in the last game, pushing them towards the
Oh
17th
no!
spot by the end of the game. And this is a pretty standard circle over here. When Picado
Yeah.
right towards the center, Chumasera into the equation. Even the city of Los Unos is over here, where North Esports sort of loves to head. TNV is going to join in on them. Lucky for them, I8 is not here. Otherwise, it would have been third team inside Los Leonos.
And my prediction, it is bad. We can see that. But if we talk about the teams like Lost Esports, Legion, they're quite happy with this type of first standard circle. So as Team Envy and North Esports too. Now the important part is we can see that Max 3, they are also very close to the safe zone, but one player, that one particular player who was the lone survivor in the previous match, and that man is Rahi. He is very close to the players of Team Wolf near the Villa de Mar area. But the distance is quite a lot. Yeah, yeah. It's not safe. It's not able to say that he is pretty safe because we all know the team Bablu, they are the three changers. They can do whatever they want and they can literally dominate in a particular match, and in the second match they can play according to their plan.
Certainly, they can do it, and we are heading to a very high octane game from Team Bablu for sure. Because yesterday they had 12 frags by the fourth circle, by the fifth circle itself. So we know how devastating they can be when they get to their fifth or sixth gear, as we saw them play yesterday. But for now, not a lot of early altercations inside the cities over here. Well, Lamar completely belongs to the city of Team Bablu right now, and Team Lost Esports completely is holding up the city of Picado over here. I was really happy to see multiple teams already inside the circle because we had almost like 30 teams that were part of the circle as the first circle showed up because not a lot of big rotations are going to come in inside this Miramar game. That clearly tells you it's going to give a lot of time for these lads to get looted up completely, get all the number of utilities, the meds that they really want to play and exercise their A game out there. They're going to get the right amount of smokes. They're going to get their favorite guns as well. So they have a lot of area to loot and they have the time for it as well. So we are heading for a little bit of downtime over here. I don't think there's going to be a lot of action upcoming in the next few 3 to 5 minutes over here.
Yeah, but I totally agree with that point because right now all the teams are at their comfortable position, propping out in a different locations too, looting those individual compounds so that they can get some decent loot out there. And they can compete against each team, against each other, against their opponents in the third and the fourth circle. But one point, I just want to ask one question from you, Trooper, and that is,
Yeah.
what do you think? Uh, where the final circle is going to form, at least where the fifth and the sixth circle is going to pan out.
Okay, so just by the kind of shifts that we have witnessed inside the circle, I think power grid is going to be an area that is going to be inside that is going to be inside the equation. And if that is going to happen, let's see how the teams of like Team QWERTY or even the teams like Team Legion holding up cities like El Pozo right now, when they are going to get looted up completely because they have like big cities to loot completely, and they have no sort of challenge over there. Look at freestyle over there. They're over that graveyard and Minas split over there. They're going to be a very important team as the circle is sort of starting to close on this map of Miramar. I think it's a good substantial amount of time. I see only
Oh yeah.
R3KT Esports looting up in the Cove area outside the circle. Then we have Star looting up Puerto Parasio. And in Impala, we have XGeneration. Even Max is sort of on the edges, so I'm considering them inside the zone for now because they have a clear passage from the city of Los Angeles towards that eastern bridge. They can clearly make their way inside. But Los Angeles has got two teams, big enough city for two teams, I feel. No early altercations expected over here. So let me just ask you, what do you think about this overall opportunity to all these teams that have come in through the in-game qualifiers, the 32 teams that started the journey inside the group stages, and now we are down to these 24 teams? What do you think about this overall opportunity that these teams have got inside the region?
You know what? This is a massive opportunity for every single team who are in the national championship for the particular Pakistan region, and especially the prize pool is also massive. People, $30,000 is not less. It's very huge. So as I mentioned, now we are just brought down to the 24 teams. Now the important part is only top 16 teams will qualify for the finals. Some of the teams who has a lot of experience, they are already in the top charts, they are already leading the chart and showcasing the experience. But we never forgot those underdogs and those teams who were practicing from past few months and just want to prove themselves. They are capable of to be the best of their particular region. Now, teams like if we talk about some teams like Team Bablu, right? They were decent, they were consistent throughout the group stages, throughout the semi-finals, and we can see they are on the first page of the chart, right? First page of the overall standing. But Team Freestyle, they had a bad outing in the previous match. We never expected that type of outing from them, but the mistake was an over-aggressive push towards the players of Max T. They never anticipated this, but you have to change your plans according to the situation. That's the best part, and that's the most best. Like that's the best way to judge a player, that how he is good to stand out to be the best, to judge as the best player from the group, right?
So many important points that you mentioned out there, and I really liked it. And I just really like the fact that you mentioned the kind of opportunity and how important it is. Because clearly, if you look at the overall standings as well, Team Envy that is standing at the ninth position right now with 58 points, and on the 21st we have a team like ELM Esports, or I believe the Billy Boys with just 33 to 34 points. That is a difference of just 24 points, Shivans. And look at that, 12 teams inside that 24 points area. So that is the kind of competition that we are witnessing over here, and only 16 teams are going to go it. So this experience that these teams are witnessing inside these matches right now, important Miramar games, first time Group A and Group C have sort of jumped inside this lobby, and look at the kind of homework they have done already. So they're just getting to the group. All these things before coming inside an important game, you got to do the homework, you got to study where are the other teams, even from your groups are jumping. And finally, we have some altercation. I was speaking about Team Envy, and they have been cursed over here by the caster. They've got a knock over Maze, but Zamin, that dangerous player already inside the vicinity. He knows that the fourth player from Team Envy is out there inside the smoke. Abso trying to get away, trying to get hold of that compound, and his van is over there. But now Samin has got to help his teammates, and let's see how he's going to do that. But Northeast Sports, they have certainly dominated over here. And what I see in the backdrop here inside the kill feed, Team Wolf is down.
Yeah, Team Wolf, he has been taken down by one player of NFP side. Both the teams are engaging against each other. Ghost is to secure the kill of Hatch. He was out in the open, just speeding out slowly and steadily, just crawling for his life, just begging for his life, but unable to survive for too long. Now, if we talk about Absol, wasn't able to revive his teammate big, but what you can do is to back off from the fight. Ghost is literally firing every single bullet from his M416 to take him down. Now we can see another kill has been secured. Team Bablu. Dani is not in a good position because T players is marching onto his or towards him, and he has been taken down by Healthy. This is not looking good for this particular team.
Yeah, certainly not looking good. And even Dani gets picked off now. 420 realizes this and he gets got to go away from the situation. Let's see how he's going to regroup with this team. Even Epsog gets picked off over there. So things are not really looking good for the team of Team NB out there. And they are in a very, very difficult situation now. North Esports also trying to hunt them down. Let's see what's going to happen over here.
Yep, let's see what's going to happen over there on the other side. We can see that North Esports, they got backstabbed by the players of FS, and Malik is the one who's going to take down Ghost. His life has been stolen by Ghost to Spect. We already know that this player, he has been like one of the most potential and one of the most promising players from this particular team freestyle. They already secured one kill and they are just again focusing on the rotations.
Certainly they are. And this is just a change and reversal in roles, right? North Esports is going inside that valley once again to loot up and giving that opportunity to some other teams to backstep them. And that is exactly what they have been able to pull off. Now, freestyle sensing blood, they're sort of looking to push it over here. No damage that can be converted with that M44X towards Mate that has been trying. We already know that he's been knocked out once, so definitely he's got a damage helmet in this to deal with right now. And Zameen once again holding that rock. He's sort of in a very good position, but gets spotted. A brilliant block with a 6-6 on the SKS over there from Malik. And now the push is going to be on. The vehicles come into the equation. You really need to put in a good spray on this vehicle. Jaku and Mage under pressure. Respect moves in with Malik, closes in on Mage, pulls him down. Tyrant is there to put that cover on that push over there. Jaku under pressure. North Esports going down in numbers. Let's see how Jaku is going to deal with this, because Respect, who is able to pull one down over there, is he going to pick him off or is he going to be traded as he tries to complete? He is going to get traded as he tries to complete his kill over there. But now, Respect, is he going to get the revive or is there more action or more drama remaining in this fight?
As I just mentioned, the drama is here, but between two different teams. Right now, the team, from the players of freestyle, they were so good. Look at that. That aggression was so calculated. Despite of the fact Respect was knocked out of the open, but still the players were able to provide decent amount of cover. The backfire, the back cover, the backup was already there. Now NFPS and Helsi, both the players are inside this one particular compound facing the team who secured a chicken dinner in the previous match. We saw that Wardrock, he has got knocked out just a few minutes ago. Now the revival is there. He also just he is on just 75% HP. Khan, his position is also interesting, and both the players are lobbing frag grenades one by one to flush out the players of NFP Sky.
Certainly, that's a big effort coming in. Let's see if they're going to execute this or not. This fight is just happening towards outside the city of Chumasera, where the circle has shifted. So
Yeah.
the third circle already here, and that is going to start closing in just a little bit amount of time. Let's see how Team QWERTY is trying to get some points out there, and this is the kind of attitude from Team QWERTY, right? They just want to go all in. They are sitting so beautifully on the points table, but they want to propel themselves even further. And now, when they realize they're not able to get some substantial opening on these two lads, they sort of decide to retreat and maybe engage from a different angle or sort of catch them off guard. We are going to find out what they're going to do. But certainly, Team Sky, both these lads, look at that, how awestruck they are. They are just not ready to move. Even Ash has not moved a single step since that point where the lads of QWERTY have retreated.
This type of gameplay showcase that you are ready and you are just gonna go for the just win for the passive approach. The passive approach sometimes is gonna help you a lot. And he just witnessed the same thing. On the other side, Trader, he has to down BillyBoys to take an exit at the 14th position, and another bad outing for this particular team. They are not looking that good. They are on the third page of the overall ranking, and this is again another bad news from this side.
And look at how Team QWERTY is clearing off squads. They cleared off 2 players from Team Sky first, then they cleared off the entire squad of BillyBoys. They've already got 5 kills under their belt, and now they've found the rotation of ELM. So they're hunting teams, and they're hurting teams in numbers right now, getting some good points against their name already. Can't destroy Voltex Wolverine. Again, head up for that rotation, just sort of dominating the entire northwestern ridge right now, entire northwestern edge right now, and they're looking to make some damage. But look at this, Zibyan into the situation with a mini at a close range. This is Bablu Zibyan in action for you. He's already got 2 knocks. He had an AKM, but I don't know why was he using the mini over there. This is an amazing display of skills at that range with the mini. What an impact from him. Even he's able to pull off another player for the AKM. He uses the mini to knock down players and the AKM to finish them off, Shivansh, okay?
And you know what? Now he's just making sure that to confirm those knocked into kills. Khan on the other side in the back lines to provide knock cover. Team Rex is brought down to only 2 players. So this player, Zibyan, he's amazing. Like, we just witnessed those mini shots in close range. We also always expect those minis, the marksman rifle in the Miramar map, in those long range fights.
Exactly.
But this player was like, let me change the meta. Let me do something crazy.
And that is exactly what he's able to pull off here. And now Halsey gets eliminated inside the rotation. That is XGeneration that is able to pull him down over there. But look at that. Ooh, ELM Esports, they've been caught off guard, but it's a completely different team. That is R3KT Esports sort of taking the damage. Ripper trying to enter over there, but Team Bablu, they've got eyes everywhere on every single ridge towards the western side of the circle right now, and they're controlling it beautifully. 4 kills already under the belt of Zibyan, and he's having an amazing show with some TMR shots that are being showcased so beautifully out here. Wolverine also missing out the opportunity, and R3KT Esports eliminated out there.
I'm shocked, I'm speechless, and I'm stunned. This man secured 5 kills in just 3 minutes. Wow! Team Bablu, despite of the fact there are just only 2 players surviving, but this man just taking every single fight on a different level. Secured 5 kills, 420, providing the perfect cover for his team. Now they are up against this particular team, with Team QWERTY just below the ridge, is just hiding inside those trenches. Zibyan pretty close to them, just loading his funnel so that he can again burst out a lot of damage onto his opponents. Now the Mini 14, he just switched to his Scarrel. Mini 14 has gone. What? M6, he just dropped Beryl and now switched to Thompson. Thompson meta is there, but Destroyer, that's not a good thing. Got knocked out, but just dropping down from Pubg.
I don't know why did he pull that off, but Zibyan in the vicinity, if he gets and senses that movement out there, he's in the usage, in the range that a utility can do a lot of damage over there. Wolverine, you've got to check your backlines. There's a dangerous predator lurking around. Team QWERTY might be in for some action. Zibyan was to spin them down, but this is the 4th circle that is closing in, and we are moving towards the northern edge, where Team XGeneration is sort of trying to close in towards, is being challenged by TMW, but Kanpur 20 goes down from Star. Ooh, they were not even inside the vicinity. That is a long range knock, I believe. And let's see how that is going to happen, because Zyro is going to eliminate him completely with that M4 spray. And now TMW, the opening created. Kurama being pulled down over here. Let's see how XGeneration is trying to control the situation, because the circle is closing really fast on this compound. And that is why you can see Marley sort of not interested to engage with Team XGeneration right now. They want to go in for the rotations, but they have to cross these open spaces, which they clearly are going to do it easily with the vehicles that they have. But if the Zibyan spotted, this might just be the end for him, and it is. Voltrex just eliminates him down. This is just another squad falling down to the hands of Team QWERTY.
Yep, 7 kills on the name of Team QWERTY. Wolverine unable to open up his bank yet with the 0 kills, but the good position. But the good thing is they are inside the circle. Now the contenders like Team Bablu, not Team QWERTY, they all already taken down by other teams. Oh no! This vehicle has been dropped down. Man, okay, yeah, that's right. Oh, okay. That kill. That was a free kill. That was a free kill for Mustard. And what on earth you're gonna leave that away?
Certainly, but they got a good compound, and that is now just moved outside the zone. So Lost Esports have got their set of problems to deal with now. They got to clear these ridges from the backlines and then make their rotation inside the zone. Clearly, 35 seconds on the clock, so
Look
they're
at
not
that.
making any movement. But Destroyer on the long range with that M46 what an amazing sort of damage he's able to put off on that distance right now. Star from the distance, they were able to hunt down 420, right? But they got their own problems. The problem is Team Cody have spotted them and they're towards the edges, and they might just be the next target for Team Cody.
I just want to mention one thing, and that's the point of concern that Destroyer just used a lot of his health utilities. He has only 5 or 6 bandages and 1 first aid kit. On the other side, Unknown, he has been knocked out inside that one shack. Maxi Dread is making sure to make some extra cover for himself by just using that rock and those Ronnie trucks. On the other side, W, one player, he was in the blue zone finally. He's inside the circle, and that's good news. But that's not enough because he's the lone survivor. Versus could have been taking down one player, but right now he whiffed his shot and now he did some amount of damage. On the other side, Rahi knocked out the set and finished him instantly. Obviously, just finish off that particular speed breaker from your way. The victory and your journey is going to be flawless.
Certainly, it is going to be. And over that, look at that. Malik even going down. This is a team
Oh,
that was
no.
sort of absent during the mid game completely. They just had that early fight during the early mid game and they found North Esports lurking around. And after that, they've been sort of absent. But Khan and Destroy being pulled down. This is Star making some significant damage over them. Team Cody, they have been eliminated on those Western Ridges. Team Star, they wanted to come back. They needed a decent game, and that is exactly what they are pulling off over here. Just one player knocked from them, and he's also going to get the revival. Team Star, they are hunting down in numbers.
Yeah, Team Star, they are not in a good position right now because just being on the edge, one player just got knocked out. Somehow we can say like that's decent, but in my personal opinion, in my point of view, that's not good because on the left side we can see that this team QWERTY is gonna hunt you down. They're gonna punish you if you caught you off guard. Maxi is focusing on the rotation to add this of team freestyle. Yahi just got just got stuck in an open area, and another player of Team Freestyle he got knocked out with not a good BillyBoy on the Oh, nice!
This was a fight back coming in, but look at that with the vehicle damage. Even Malik goes down, and Max Red able to pull down the entire squad of Freestyle over there. They have been eliminated out of the game. He's got so many kills out there, Dread, and I think he's got at least 3 kills over there. And the kind of impact he was able to make, that is amazing. But Star, what a game they are having. They were #24 before the start of this game. They needed this kind of a game to sort of make a comeback, but now they're inside the top 5 already. Team Legion makes it
Oh my God.
as well. Thor out there trying to find the lads of Lost Esports, trying to give them damage. Max Esports have also got 2 players, but let's see if Star or Death Squad, who is going to be the team that is going to take away the all-important 15 points from the day number 3 Miramar.
Never underestimate the speed grinder in the hands of FIZ. He has that M249 with 150 bullets. You won't believe, one day I was just playing the same game and I had an opportunity to use this particular gun. Once I pull the trigger, I'm not going to stop because I love the sound. I love how many bullets you can fire in just one single spray. But right now, these teams are playing for that perfect squad. They have to secure the top 15 position. Believe could have been taken down at one there,
Ooh, but he's got hold of the lads of Death Squad over there. He's trying to give the
Oh,
damage,
no.
but gets picked up himself from Ecstasy from the distance over there. Now, unknown on your screen. He is also under a lot of pressure. Look at the HP on his side. The first hit is being popped over there, but he's under the radar for a lot of teammates out there. And look at that, boots coming in. Legion having a really, really tough time. Todd is holding up a flying high ground for his team, but he's also under the smoke. He's getting pinned down from multiple angles, and the lads of Death Squad sort of making an impact, closing in on the circle. And look at the chicken in a forecast over there. Suddenly, the favorites are the team lurking around on the #24 position in the overall standing. That it seems that exactly the kind of game they needed. They're trying to find the players of Lost Sports. Even Max, look out, they are so confident out in the open. They're looking gruesome right now. Even the last player, this might just be the end. very close, the volley, but Star is going to enter there, maybe sort of end the game of XG, but he's still looking to survive. That nade is certainly going to be his doom, and he gets eliminated, but not from the nade, from the AKM of course.
Yeah, QWERTY just living up to his name, taking down another player of different team. Now, not out of these two 12 players in this particular lobby. Star! This team is literally just wow, they are so good, taking down enemies again and again and again and again, one by one. Secure 9 kills, and Hassan on the other side already has two kills in his favor, switch to his org, and literally pulling off shot one, not able to take it down, but oh my god, not that enough. He knocked down the
Wow, and look at Hassan getting one more down, and now that lad, Hadi falls down as well, so that's a very strong competition coming in from the lineup of Star right now. They are hunting in fact and taking down players in numbers. The drive is being executed over there. Iconic, but Vision Kevlar, he's just random shots inside the smoke. He spotted the smoke and decided to put a spray in there and found a teammate. Found a player from Team Vision over there, eliminates him with a different smoke now in front of him. He's been shooting there a lot. Once again, he decides to put a random spray. Does not get any player this time, but you gotta say, even Unknown is still surviving out there. Look at his position. Has he got a drama to pull off inside the final circle, or is he going to go down to this nade from Godfrey? We're going to find out. No time in the 6 seconds. He still survives over there.
Yeah, kudos to him that he's still surviving to the barrage of bullets firing back and forth from his side to Hudson. Oh my god, he is doing a lot of job takedown to win a single play on the other side. QWERTY again takes down another player. It's a 1v4 situation against Unknown, and Hudson just marching towards him, and the final lane comment is here. Team Star with a chicken dinner with a massive amount of number of kills in the favor. 32 points to 15 kills. This attack, this team showcasing, yup, they have the chance. And on we talk about the overall ranking, they secured the 18th position out of 24.
Wow. They pulled themselves literally out of the spot that they were at the start of this day. I really like the effort coming in from start, coming in this game. A 15-kill chicken dinner. They have sort of redeemed themselves completely with the kind of mess-ups that they had in the earlier day, yesterday when they were playing. But now they are on the right track completely. 30 points here, not 30 kills, 15 kill chicken dinner for them. Exactly what they wanted. But Lost Esports, they were also on the 20th position before the start of this game. Kudos to Unknown to getting those 12 points. The solo survivor over there inside the final circles. He's done a lot of good work for his team, and that's going to get rewarded in numbers. Let's see how much and where are they going to stand in the overall standings. But for the time being, it's time for first time. I believe this is the first time I'm watching this pair. Star McCabe getting the MVP inside the entire tournament. 6 kills, 868 damage. It's his moment. 2 assists for him. It's a really wonderful performance. And if Team Star gets this rhythm inside the semifinals, they're going to be a really good team to watch out for during the finale as well. Just they got to continue with this rhythm.
Yep, as you just mentioned, you just saw him for the first time, but I think so. This is this is just the starting, right? The more to come, and we talk about the dead spot and the start. The players from these two particular teams, 2 players from Team Star and 2 players from Dead Spot, and the top 4 players. We talk about Star McKay secured 6 kill, Husband with 4 kills onto his name. If we talk about FD with 4 kills and Exotic too. Let's take a look at the match. Somebody, right? The longest distance kills in this Miramar map is on the side of FTE, and he just secured a kill from almost 290 meters far away.
Wow, that's a big distance. But good performances coming in back to back. Even that damage once again being showcased for McKay. That's a really decent performance. And look at that, Dead Squad also getting 20 points. Lost Esports getting 13. Just 1 kill in the tally, so that is sort of a disappointing thing. But 12 positioning points. Deep Legion, they got 8 points. So they are doing a decent performance, right? They're keeping themselves in that 10 to 12 hashtag mark, and that is going to really do good for them in the overall scheme of things. But they really got to work on and start taking some kills. 0 kills, that is not something I was expecting from Team Legion. Even in the last game, they had a really good position inside the circle, but not a lot of kills. So you really got to work on this department and learn from Team Bablu over there. They already got 6 kills. What a show from Zebian. He was absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to forget those mini shots at the close range. The way he's pulled them off, he certainly shows his class over there.
Yeah, I totally agree with that point. But our friend Ocean loves to say this that Bablu owns Miramar, and we saw the same thing, but in the kill feed, right? Particular player, yeah, he was so phenomenal. I can say the same thing for freestyle too, because they had a good start. They literally had a good start in the start of the match, but they got caught off guard while rotating inside the circle, and at that position, the teams literally used that situation and capitalized of that situation into their favor.
Certainly, and at the start of the game, every day look at the points table, we talk about how important it is to get some early kills, and this is clearly what North Esports and Sky and Freestyle and even Team Bablu have pulled off in this game. So this is what we mean. If you are going down, not getting to the top circles, make sure that you have decimated a squad before that, and 4 of the teams doing that inside this game. So pretty decent game for a lot of teams out there, and this is very important, Miramar, because remember, both these two teams are going to play, both these set of 2 teams are going to play inside the last day when we are going to head towards the last and final chapter where we are going to get the top 16 teams. So it's sort of a rehearsal for the finale. What do you think about that, Phoenix? And I believe it was a perfect setup.
I think it's a rehearsal for the finale too. But let's take a look at the Oppo F90 Pro movement. Not gonna miss those headshots from the side of every single player. We talk about this particular player. He literally eliminated the whole team of R3KT Esports by himself, right?
Yeah, so he certainly did, and that's a big impact for a single player over there. And even Team Legion got picked up over there. I think it was a pretty decent performances coming in. If you speak about individual performances, there were so many good individual performances in this game, but I really liked how Star took on Team QWERTY over there. They were sort of in the same area, the same ridge, and QWERTY had a better ridge to play that fight, but Star was looking in a difficult position. But the way they executed those shots, we saw Khan missing on those sprays when he tried to pull down the lads of Star over there, but they did not miss. They made sure that their bullets landed on point, and that is exactly what you do inside a critical game when you're looking around on the last spot. And what a game for them. When you're on the hashtag 24 before the start of the game, you come in, get a 15 kill chicken dinner, confidence sky high.
Yup, they're sky high, up to the sky, and you know what, the star is always towards the state. I was about to crack a lame joke, but always mention that 1 second from Cooper. You are not going to go far away if you're going to crack a lame joke. We're going to match someday, and just because of that, I just dropped out there. But if we talk about Hassan, he was phenomenal throughout the match, and we saw him that he was using that particular gun, and that was AUG to the mark. And if we talk about the overall rank in front of us, Team Bablu again moving on top and climbing up the ladder on the 15th position with 99 total points, 1 point far away to setting the triple digit mark. So we can see the same thing for Team 40, but 2 points far away.
Yeah, you can see already QWERTY slipping out from that top spot over there. Quantum Ray still tucking around over there, but Unpredictable also had a decent run yesterday. So I'm pretty happy for all these teams, but now it's time for Team Bablu, teams like Team QWERTY and Freestyle to move that upward way. And still that 16-point lead for PMNC Esports over Freestyle. And we're going to watch out if that is going to decimate inside the next 3 games or not, or is PMNC Esports getting somehow holding on to that 4th spot. That is going to be a really big mental booster for a lot of these teams on the front page. But the fight that we are here for is to fight the top 16. So the real battle that is going to happen is on the page number 2 of the overall standings. We're going to move there shortly and witness which are the teams who have made some substantial changes. Look at this, 64 for knockout at the end of 10 games. They're still holding on to the 8th position, and Dead Squad have got 61 and 49 for Team Sky. That's a big drop for Team Sky, and even Team NB is going to drop a little after this last game. They really need to figure out ways that they got to stop dropping out from this space, because it's going to be a really pressure situation as the days go ahead. 61 for Dead Squad, and when we are going to have a look at the last match, look at Star, they are still not here after that decent performance. So that clearly tells you how important it is, how difficult these matches are, and how important it is to make a comeback. 44 points for Star now, 61 for the team holding the 9th position. It's definitely possible in just a span of one game.
Yeah, in just the span of one game, it is possible. I totally agree with that, but again, it all comes down to your consistency. You used to talk about this. If one team outshines in the first match, they usually play a little bit safe or over aggressive. Just showcase that over aggressive plays in the second map. Just because of that, they got punished. Right now, but they got really good second dinner in the second Miramar map, and that was also a massive map, securing a lot of kills. So 30 points is not is not an easy task. So kudos to Team Star, and let's see how they're going to perform in the third map. It's going to be Erangel, because I'm very excited for that. Is Team QWERTY is going to backfire, or again going to secure another chicken dinner in the Erangel map, or Team Bablu going to take their revenge? Team Freestyle again just coming up with an answer to dominate the whole team in the Erangel map, or Team Star again living up to the name, securing another chicken dinner in a row? What do you think about it?
A lot of questions from you, Shivansh, but we're going to find all the answers on the other side of this very short break.
Are you keeping it real? I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, if you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Zone 4G, official partner of PUBG Mobile in Pakistan. PUBG Mobile का real मजा सिर्फ Zone 4G पर. Let's get digital.
Hello guys, and welcome back to PUBG Mobile National Championship Pakistan, sponsored by the Oppo F19 Pro. Woke up your fun, and we have just witnessed an amazing Miramar game over here, and where Team Star sort of staging a comeback for them. Not just Team Star, a lot of teams lurking around on the last space, staging a comeback, and a lot of questions from you, Shivansh. Just
Yeah.
we're going to find all the answers as in the upcoming Erangel, you said, and really hopeful for teams like North Esports who are sort of just trying to get into the group but still lurking around on the third page. Let's see what they are going to do. A very important upcoming game for Billy Boys as well. These
True.
are going to be the teams that I'm going to have my special eye on.
You know what? As you just mentioned about the team Billy Boys, they were struggling from the past two games. They got eliminated at the 14th and the 15th position, respectively. Now, this is the high time. You have only three games left for today, and after this, you go on a little short break. Then we're going to continue our games from like after a couple of days. But just in that break, you still have a lot of time to think that what are those mistakes you had done in the past, and what are those errors you can change in this upcoming matches, right? Erangel gonna repeat itself for the three times in a row in a single day, right? So you have
Yeah.
three different opportunities in a single map. Your drop location, it is going to be same. We know that the plane path, it is different. It is different. Sometimes the zone is also kind of different, but you know how to change those kind of negative things which can backfire into your favor just with a positive outcome, right? So these type of stuff you're gonna focus on these type of stuff. You can outshine and secure one chicken dinner, another chicken dinner, especially for yourself to be in that race for the top 16.
Yeah, certainly a very important point that you just mentioned, and a very important thing as well is our network, our connection partners. That is Zong 4G, and all these players, thanks to Zong 4G, connected well enough to fight a very important fight over here. And let's see how they're going to perform in this upcoming game of Erangel. The plane path right from the northern side of the city of Georgiapur, just landing towards the shore, towards the southern side of Milta Power. So pretty decent diagonal plane path that we're witnessing over here. And just as you were mentioning, we are about to head into a break. So last time these teams went into a good break, Shivansh, we saw a lot of them preparing really well and coming back with a very strong performance. So as you mentioned, a lot of homework is going to be coming into the equation, and that is going to be the key thing once they go inside the break. So just before going into that, these three matches are the last opportunities for these 16 teams to add on to their overall standings. And just for that, all these teams are jumping inside this game of Erangel now. And TMW already inside the city of Zaki. We have Bablu going to their usual top locations for the Georgia Pool split, but not far away is the team of Lost Esports who are finding themselves inside the Georgia Pool city. So three teams inside that vicinity, even start towards the area of Severny, and remaining 12 teams sort of looking around the main island. Now, I would be really interested to see if a team moves towards the military island.
Yeah, seems like Toss Esports Star and Team W. They are not that happy with this particular this particular zone because it is not into their favor. So as Team W. Now, if we talk about the new changes, the new meta, it is very impressive and it is very promising. Why? Because now you can find the beast gun, an M249 on a standard loot, right? Just you're just going inside the compound, just going to loot that compound. You can find that MP49, and you can literally use that in your favor. We used to witness a lot of players using this, but using it perfectly and using it like responsibly, like there's a huge difference between these two words. Right now, responsibility is a very massive word. We talk about these two players. Respect. He has that crack grenade and an M16. Shots down Frost out in an open. Another a grenade from the side of Frost. Respect escaped that vicinity so perfectly that he hasn't received a single amount of damage. These two players pretty close to each other yet so far.
Problems still persisting for the teams of Eliminate Esports regularly inside the map of Erangel, because they were going inside Lipovka, right? But since Team QWERTY is there now, they went in towards Milta in the last game. They had some early altercations over
Oh,
there.
no.
But now, once again, when they decide to go for the split situation, he has no option but to run away. He's just heard the sound cues of the vehicle coming in. He knows there are multiple enemies inside the vicinity. He's just trying to use the terrain now. That is his only friend, maybe. And if Freestyle sort of wastes a little bit of time and not dedicating that push towards him, he can bring his other players into the equation, and that is exactly what Egoist is trying to do, trying to move towards that angle from where those petrol stations and those compounds can come into the equation where his teammate Nawab is right now. But his teammates, other teammates like Vision also really need to loot up and get inside this fight, because if Freestyle gets sense the opportunity that there's just a solo lad looking around and just a split situation that is executed around them, they are definitely going to pounce upon it.
Yeah, for sure. They are going to punish you too. Now, if we talk about another deadly situation, Asad is not in a good position right now, near to the military bridge. This next spots down Ghost, and look at that. How they're gonna, capitalize on this player? How they're gonna take down one player? Not with guns, the buggy is the answer to take down Ghost and to finish him off too. Tyrant. Okay. This player is like, I have a shotgun and I have a M416, but you know what? What is the best thing to spot down one player and to finish him off while he was running out in the open? It's a Bucky. It's a vehicle. But this is not
Even in the last game,
this
Shivanshu,
season.
remember in the Water City area, Darren was trying to pull down with the buggy over there, but at that time he just, so it's sort of a revenge for Tyrant over there, and he just, that is, you can clearly see him just eliminating him completely with that buggy over there. I really like that intent over there to get a kill with that vehicle over there for Tyrant. But R3KT Esports, Shivansh, they're just lurking around on the hashtag 24 now with Star getting a comeback. This is a team that qualified on the 24th spot from the group stages, so they are acquainted to that spot a lot, but that's not going to be a really good thing for them if they want to go towards the finale. Let's see how they're going to do.
Let's see what they are going to do, and they have very less chances left in their favor. Now, if we talk about this particular team, right, they are on the second position in the overall ranking. The team Bablu with total 99 points. These lads always play, a pretty far away from the pack. Then they, just spots down one or two compounds so that they can play in a two split. We usually witness that this two split always work in their favor. But right now, if we're talking about working in their favor, Team Freestyle popping out perfectly, knocked out one player, but in the retaliation fire, one player also got knocked out.
Certainly, and this is eliminating into more trouble. They just moved away from those split situation, but Freestyle is sort of chasing them out there. Respect now closing it with the suppressed Uzi. That's a dangerous weapon to possess. He just really needs to connect those early shots over there. Players inside the smoke. He's going to be using some grenade out there, but that's given a little bit of time, and Vision is not looking good with this. He just hopes that the nade is on the other side of the wall, and that clearly is on the other side. Somehow Vision survives over there. Those Uzi shots also coming in, but he's got an AKM to retaliate. Let's see how is he going to. He's been spotted. Those jump shots coming into the Uzi, and the Uzi is sort of going to go to take down Vision with them. And I think Rip also missed out on the trick over there. His teammate really needed some cover fire, but the cover fire is there from Nawab over there. So ELM sort of trying to retaliate back, but Malik, he's got another Uzi with him. He's just about to push on Ripper, but the nade is there. Look at that.
My goodness!
He catches him inside that fault action of throwing the nade, but look at that. Ripper jumps on him, and his nade has somehow found Tyrant out there. Wow.
They never anticipated this. They never anticipated this type
What
of
Gully Boy takes him down? What is this happening?
Gully Boy onto the safe line. He is the perfect, like right now he's an angel on his team, right? He was there to revive his teammate, but if he just read that kill feed. Another for the second time in a row, Team QWERTY players, they could just got knocked out by falling down from a vehicle and gold truck.
It's been picked off as well, yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
But what an interesting fight between Eliminate and Freestyle. I've never
my
seen
God.
that lucky a knock ever. He threw that nade for a different player, but Tyrant somehow stepped into that very cooked up nade, and he got that knock out of that nade so beautifully. Ripper, you lucky guy. But out there, the way Gully Boy was out there, just come in at the right spot at the right time when his teammates were just down on their knees. Thanks to Gully Boy, we have the team of Freestyle down to a 3-man squad now, and they will be continuing in this game.
Yeah, that's a good news. That's good news because at least secured some decent amount of kills as well as they're going to lose those loot tricks too, and playing with the three-man lineup in this crucial second Erangel map. Right now, we talk about teams like NFTs taking damage of the blue zone, still waiting for that perfect opportunity. Far away from the city zone, almost 800 to 600 meters far away from the city zone. NB from the Nova Ripnoy towards Nova Ripnoy Bridge is marching and driving their vehicles, just continuing their journey towards the farm and the Milta area. But the important part is look at the teams near the Yasaya, Poliana vicinity. Lot of teams, and they are already engaging in some fights.
We've recently spotted some circles finishing inside the city of Yasiana, and those were some amazing final circles. And I was lucky enough to cast them. But let's see if we're going to witness another one over here. Clearly, a lot of IGLs are moving themselves towards the city, towards this urban finish. And let's see, this zone is going to tell us a lot about it. Not right in the middle, but still into the equation. We need a really hard shift for the third circle to bring Yasana Poliana into equation. So you might just find a lot of teams trying to evacuate the city now. We have R3KT Esports, and they have found a stranded lad that is God Fury. He's just alone out there. He might be under the radar. Let's see if R3KT Esports is going to get some damage from this solo play. He's trying to create some space between him and his enemies. Where are your teammates, my friend? Just sort of trying to get back. Just a timely evacuation process coming in, but he's under a lot of pressure over there.
He already has been spotted down by one player. Ghost is already there to, kill him off, but he's on 40% HP. This is not an ideal situation for him. Right now, he has that up in his hands and another a molly to stop down the aggression, but God Fury, it seems like, in some wrestlers right situation, you may commit to some mistakes, and that mistake was terrible.
Yeah, he's been pulled down over here. A point for R3KT Esports, exactly what they wanted here. And they found that the solo player, they pounced upon him, made sure did not give a trade away or even a knock away. But that's a really wonderful thing for R3KT Esports. But Star, they had a pretty decent last game. Losing a player so early, it's not going to be a really good factor for them. Let's see how they're going to deal with it. They are down to 3 players. And the interesting thing is they have not gone in or committed to save his third team, but their fourth teammate as well. They're holding on to their hot reputation. That's a very important thing to do, I believe. But clearly not very good friends.
Yeah, I just think you can see that. But right now, if we talk about other situation, Team W Hung, he has been spotting down the vehicles of one team and bursting down those tires too. Right now, Team PFM Philly boys, they were in a difficult position. Right now, saving off your vehicles is a decent option, and Carl doing the same thing, worked out that particular area so that he can save his Pubg.
Yeah, the vehicles are going to be really important to cover at this point. BillyBoys, they really need a good game. They don't want to lose vehicles inside a crucial position. They're just holding on to this compound with TMW just lurking around on the ridges that overlooks these compounds. They really don't want any loss of men or vehicles in utility at this point because they're clearly playing on the passive stance. They're down. They've come into the party just as a 3-man team, and they are really passive in their approach, and it's not really going to be good for them. It was the same story for DS Official yesterday. They played the entire day as a 3-man squad. They were looking so promising on the first day of the semi-final, but as the day number 2 approached, DS Official sort of lost track, lost their 4th player as well, and BillyBoys also writing the same sort of script. So if you're a professional team, you got to make sure you stick together, all the 4 players when you're playing, and you got to keep the basics correct, and that is for any game.
Yeah. And now, second zone is closing in. Now the fight is still going on between the BillyBoys and the TMW team. Right on the other side, the Spec stealing himself up. Team Envy. If I want to talk about this team from the last 2 matches, they were like showcasing a perfect amount of gameplay, right? Not that good, but not that bad too. That's the most important thing. At least they are securing some amount of skills for themselves. The Gully Boy on the other side, he is the lone survivor. He was the lone survivor after finishing off the final player of the team. But right now, style, they are moving inside the circle. On the other side, Gyros taking out some shots, want to dish out some damage on top of unknown, but unable to do that. But the retaliation fire, Assassin got knocked out.
Wow. And look at this beast cannon coming inside the gameplay with an 8x inside the same airdrop. That is something you want to lay your hands on. And Team Bablu also getting some kills out there. So quite early in the game, this is not the kind of time when Team Bablu engages inside a fight, but they're holding on important areas just towards the southeast side of the city of Yasnaya Poliana. Damage is being transferred to multiple players. You can see Team Bablu in the backdrop. This is Team Star in this compound, and very close to them. On one side, they have lost esports, and on the other, they have Team Bablu. So clearly, a lot of teams preferring this area towards this Naya Poliana. And let's see if the next shift of the zone is going to keep this area into the equation or not. And clearly, that northern shift is forcing these teams to come inside here and hold on to this compound.
Oh,
So now we
look at
have
that.
XGeneration and Sky up against each other.
Thug, his position is pretty impressive. He can do a lot of stuff from that particular situation. But Psycho is inside the panic room, inside the squad house. But now these two players, they have to do a lot of job. They have to do something. You can see the that grenade has been cooked up by players of XGeneration. Psycho with that incredible grenade literally stopped out that aggression from the side of NFT Sky. Halsey is waiting for that perfect opportunity. Dark spots down Ash, but also reveal his position.
Psycho now commits himself inside. Let's see what he's going to do. And this is going to be a very troublesome situation because the other two players of XGeneration are sort of lurking around just outside the compound. Look at the kind of cover fire that Pan is trying to provide to his teammates, and the smoke has been deployed by Rahman. So that's an escape route for Psycho. If he decides to go back, it's going to be a perfect situation. He just needs to come towards this side where Rahman can give him a good cover fire, but he's still sticking on to the first floor terrace. And now the players from Sky sort of deploying themselves on the terrace right now. And look at that position of Thug that is going to outflank anyone who just does not know his position. And Psycho gets a good knock over there with the Vector. He made sure he does not run inside the Molly. And this is a pretty good opening that has been created by Team Sky. They really need to win this fight, but the opponent in front of them are no children. They know the game pretty well as well. That is Team Sky and Team XGeneration up against each other. It's going to be a really interesting fight over here.
And especially the backup is also there. Sky, he was cooking a grenade now. Panic, frag grenade. Psycho, look at that. Now he is aggressing onto the players of NFT Sky. They're just, perfect way to stand into the level of situation. They know that what to do, how to react in these types of situations. Now the backup is also there. 3 players, 2 players from the background, 2 players from the ground floor, and 1 player from the first floor. Now Psycho reacting now, but at speed, now it's 3 Sky Ash with the stormy gun, just staying out
Wow.
the run. By the smoke with that Molly, it is incredible. 13 stole instantly. He's losing a lot of HP with dead shot. Oh my goodness, it's not good for him.
That was a wild run coming in with the Thompson right now. But look at how XGeneration have sort of regrouped themselves. Now it's a fair 3v3 fight. Some men's being exchanged in the middle of fight. Pressure situation. But Thug, look at that opening is created on Ash. That's Scarlet out there. Now Sky under pressure. They've got just 2 laps looking around. Deadshot is going to face that ledge from the jump shot over there. Rahman, but he's getting traded from the window over there. Sky coming for a comeback, but Pan making sure he's out there. Now this 1v1 is a very important one. Pan goes down. We're just down to that 1 lap. Thug, you gotta chase Kathir out, and he does that wonderfully. That is the end for Team Sky out there. XGeneration is going to move ahead from the 7 of the mansion area completely. It was a very important and amazing fight executed by the lads over there.
They are on the cloud 9 right now, secure that particular victory on that fight. But they have been taken down by the Blue Zone, because Blue Zone, he is you know what, he's every single person's enemy. Consistent amount of damage on you is not
rebound.
to give you any single chance. But as I just mentioned, that these two teams against each other on the edge of the safe zone. Now, QWERTY, they are in a bit of trouble because only 1 2 is there, and that is Wolverine. He has that cover of that track, and he's inside the circle. Other 3 members are quite far away, and you can see North Esports also rotating from the same vicinity. So now QWERTY, they got sandwiched between these, but they are not exchanging any bullets. But Wolverine was like, let me finish your words to answer. I'm going to take some fights because I am hungry for some kills.
And QWERTY have got Team Bablu just lurking around pretty close to them, so that is also going to be one thing they got to keep an eye out, and they're doing the right thing right now. They're just clearing the back lines because as the fourth circle is closing in, once the circle closes in, all these higher grounds are not going to be into the equation. So they are making sure to not commit to the fight to Team Bablu and just waiting for the back lines to be clear completely. So we still got some good amount of time for the fourth circle to entirely close in behind the backs of Team QWERTY right now, but they're being so agile. They're not making any mistake. And this is a very important thing for any team. Clearly, we have a really good IGL in the form of Khan over there. Team Bablu, on the other hand, sensing that opportunity and trying to pin down Destroyer over there on the distance. But now, Wolverine, when he knows that the zone is quite close to them, it's completely clear. They're coming towards the team of Team Bablu. It's a good amount of damage they've already given. Sivian out there, the first hit is popped. The drinks are working for him. This is Team QWERTY and Team Bablu quite close. And North Esports is holding on to the high ground pretty close to team where Team QWERTY is. So it's going to be a two-way fight for Team QWERTY. Let's see how they're going to do.
On the other side, Hudson with that DP knocked out one player, but Khan, oh, what a control spray! Finished off Daku, secured one kill, but Bablu, now they are not inside the circle. Zidbian is just holding that angle, stopping, just denying the vision of Wolverine. Unknown again. Every single time, if you look at the circle, this player is inside the circle. No matter how, if he's safe or he's alone or he's pretty far away from the team, he's always inside the circle. Now, I just see the same thing for respect. Now, Wolverine is taking some shots on top of Bjorn. Dani is the person who just saw the Raj received a lot of damage, but Destroyer not in a good position. He got knocked out.
Certainly, and that is going to open up a lot of fights over there. We have got an aircraft number 4 just falling outside the western edges of the circle right now. Team Bablu, they've got a defense to play with, but they got to move in a little bit further ahead. 83 meters is how far the edge is right now, and that's why you see them come towards these towers. And let's see how they're going to create a cover for them. So, use of vehicles, and they're creating a smoke for them as well. So it's a very good area that they have come in, but I'm really worried about them because they've come in a bit too early. It's going to give that opportunity to the teams outside holding the high ground to sort of punish them. We're going to find out if that is going to happen or not. But on the other side, respect elevated out of it.
Yeah, respect has been eliminated after Team Khan is not in position again to Team Bablu. They are inside the circle. No man's to be inside the circle, but will they able to keep that up? It's again a question. Destroyer just with that too for the recovery so that can revive Khan in a very, very, very difficult position. On the other side, Khan taking fights and just doing that too. Knock out one player. On the other side, Rahi. This man every single time just on the back line, stay on the back line to provide some extra keywords, collect some extra amount of information, and then feed up to his team. And right now, he's sitting on the back line, not inside the safe zone, but he has a lot of information. Star X, triple 11, triple 1, they have been eliminated from the lobby.
And this is what I was talking about, Shivash. It's going to be a very difficult situation for all these teams. Even North Esports gets eliminated now. Max Esports are holding the high ground. It's going to pose a lot of problems to these teams who have sort of decided to come towards these areas where you see those towers as covers, and it's going to be a difficult situation for all of them. Even QWERTY is sort of hunting down the players of Team Bablu who are trying to survive in their covers. It's going to be very difficult for them as the 5th circle now closing in. The very important 6th circle shift is just about to happen here, and we are going to witness if Team Bablu's location is going to be there inside the zone or not. But look at R3KT Esports, the team on the 24th position. They've got all the 4 players in track. They've got 6 kills under their belt. They're having an amazing game, and the circle moves towards Team Bablu. They just got to hold on to their position now.
Yep, this is very, like, this is the cake. They just have to put the cherry on top of the cake. But are they going to do this? The time will answer my question. On the other side, upwards, literally posting out a lot of bullets on top of the opponents. So on the other side, Teamwork versus Destroyer. Team Bablu versus QWERTY is the headline of what we can see the breaking news of this particular situation. These two teams again fighting against each other. On the other side, utilizing this situation, TMW Esports is moving inside the circle slowly and steadily. Here, the Yasnai Puliana apartments moving towards okay, so Destroyer spots out Dread taking down some half shots with his M4 with 4 times. And look at that. He has only 3 bandages. He has 3 bandages, but that grenade finished Team Bablu!
completely decimates Team Bablu. Khan's nade over there, and I was about to say that there's a nade incoming. Destroyer tried that nade, but Khan showed him how to do the ideal landing the nade on point. This nading the entire squad of Team Bablu inside that smoke. They have been flushed out of the game, and now they just got 2 games remaining for them in the entire day. But what a domination coming in from Team QWERTY, holding on to the high ground, not allowing teams to flourish just under where they are holding up, and this is going to be a very, very problematic. I was telling you again and again, it's going to be difficult for Team Bablu, and the only reason was Team QWERTY just looking around them. Now these teams coming out of the city of Yasnaya, Poliana, the circle, look at this beautiful open spaces. QWERTY still holding a very important position for themselves. Now RT Esports, they've got the players out in numbers, but they do not have substantial cover to play with. They are getting picked off here from the distance, but they have still got a good utility to play with this. Let's see if they're going to make an impact in the final circle or not.
Yeah, let's see if this is going to happen on the other side. Play zone is not leaving anyone away, but Wolverine through the smoke, knocked out the final tier of NV. This man is so good. You know what? The shots were fired so perfectly, and this team already inside the top 3. Only 2 to survive from this particular team. Destroyer unable to open up his bank. Yeah, the relocation, but Professor on the back line taking out a lot of players. Spot down one, finish him off instantly. R3KT Esports with 9 kills. 4 men alive. Inside the circle, Wolverine goes down. That was the top. No, that just will lead to that score before the elimination. Now Destroyer is keeping a lot of damage. Denver cuts him down, only 20% HP. Destroyer in a very difficult spot.
Look at how they have cleared all of the open spaces. Just one more bullet, Destroyer is going down over there, and that is going to be the end of the game. Team QWERTY does finish a lot of teams inside the final circle, with the man advantage and the zone advantage really playing the big for R3KT. The team that was lurking around the 24th when the last game was started, they got the chicken, and the team lurking around on the 24th position before the start of this game was R3KT Esports. Now they get the chicken. So if you're on the last spot on the 24th spot, you are for the next game, and they're going to be really interested with this game. A big important chicken dinner coming in for R3KT Esports, and they're going to be really happy with this. This is just going to open possibilities for them.
Just starting again the same word for the team is, if you got the chicken dinner, which shows that yep, you have the power, you have the capability, you can do that, you have the perfect amount of information. You just have to apply all those stuff in just one particular match. It doesn't matter who got the chicken dinner, it doesn't matter who has the highest amount of points. The only thing matters for Wolverine is to get that MVP title for himself. 5 total kills, 8 damage, 22.45 survival time, and 2 assists, and healing down to 62. We saw that he was struggling with that because whenever he did some damage, he always punishes his opponent in the retaliation fire. He takes 40 amount of damage to knock down his opponent. Just because of that, only 62 healing done by him.
Wow, that's a really good number to command, and he is just amazing inside the game. Even Khan and Destroyer they were playing so beautiful game out here. I was really impressed with the performance of Team QWERTY. Bablu, they just did not arrive at the right time, and they just should have delayed that rotation. But clearly, they did not have a lot of spots to play with. It was not their fault at all. It was just the zone. It was just moving away from them, not allowing them a lot of open space to play with. And clearly, QWERTY played it to their advantage, and clearly got those skills out there. Flushed out a lot of teams, but could not stop R3KT Esports. Look at that. BS shooting inside the top 4 players. He's got that good damage under his belt, 561, and he would be really happy. He would be really happy, pumped up, and confidence. This is exactly what you need, right? You're looking around on the last spot of all the teams and get a chicken dinner for you. What better scenario?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, but let's have a look at the match summary. Wolverine got the 2 spots, highest damage and the most kill, and Khan is there for the maximum assist, and the number is 3. If we talk about one player, Denko, with the most utilities used, we saw that he spots down player very perfectly, and he used that M416 with the 6 times converted into a 3 times. So good that he finished the final player in just a single spray. Now let's talk about the match ranking with R3KT Esports. got the chicken dinner with total 15 points. Of that particular chicken dinner, and 10 kill points in the name, and total 25 point. Team QWERTY on the second position with 19, Death Squad with 15, Envy with a great outing with points to their name.
And even a great outing for TMW as well. They were also lurking around on that last danger page, and it's really going to do them a lot of good over here. Lost Esports sort of were looking good, but they lost tracks during the mid game over here, during the late mid game, eliminated with just 3 points under their belt. But BillyBoys, they really got to work out, because things are really not working out for the BillyBoys out there. And this is Fixer's favorite team, right? And then even my favorite team, the Offical, is not performing. So all these underdogs really need to buckle up and come back with a stronger performance. But we had some amazing moments here in this fight. Look at this. Titans going down to that nade. That was an amazing fact that we were to witness all this once again inside the Oppo S9 moment. And this fight between XGeneration and Team Sky, they got a lot to work. They got a lot to learn. And this is a clear example of the mistakes they do inside this fight. I absolutely love the way the fight was being executed, even by Team Sky as well. But they were not on the winning end.
Yeah, and I would love to mention this particular fight, the way Wolverine, reacted, and the way he punished the player, and the way the fight stand out was so good in favor of Team QWERTY. Wolverine was using that SLR with the A tank so perfectly. Normally, players prefer mini 14 or a bolt action in these type of situations, or an M4 once it's the viable option for you. But with that SLR, you can have lot of damage, converting those players into the loot crates and getting some kill points. That was impressive.
Yeah, that was really impressive. And now QWERTY makes that haul, or makes that they're going to the first position already with 117 points. They still got 2 matches to play. They've already got 2 chicken dinners, Shivan. So that's a wonderful thing. And Team Bablu also entering inside the top 3 over there. Portal Esports slipping out. Let's see freestyle if they get to close it on them or not. But this is the story on the page number 1, where I8 is sort of also present, but they are on the 8th position. They're certainly going to do better. Let's see when is that going to happen. But this is the page number 2. Team Sky, they just keep falling down from top over there, and Envy sort of getting a comeback over here. They were on hashtag 11 before the start of this game. They've got some good points. They're going in the right direction. Max Esports still managing to be there. XGeneration managing here inside the second place. Lost Esports still over here, but we're going to find out the teams that are trying really hard. Teams like Star, teams like Reg, the chicken dinner teams on the last and final page.
Tyro, they just slipped down to the 17th position, which is not a good news for them. But TMW Esports slowly and steadily stepping up on the 18th position with total 50 points as well, just 1 point far away from the 16th position. If we talk about Red Esports, after this chicken dinner, they are on the 20th position, right? 4 points lead, or we can see that 4 score jump in the favor of Red Esports. Going to help them a lot now. We just left with only 2 maps, my lads, only 2 maps, and that is going to decide that how many teams are going to, just put up a good fight, and how much of cushion they can maintain against the teams who are on the 3rd place of the leaderboard.
And yes, we are going to find all that on the other side of this very short break.
Are you keeping it real? I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, you know what I mean. Got a good thing going. Got a good thing going on.
Zone 4G, official partner of PUBG Mobile in Pakistan. PUBG Mobile का real मजा सिर्फ Zone 4G पर. Let's get digital.
Hello, guys, and welcome back once again to PUBG Mobile National Championship of Pakistan 2021, sponsored by the Oppo F19 Pro. Hook up your fun, and we are here on the day number 3 of the semi-finale. I'm Trooper here. I've got Phoenix here with me, and we are having an amazing time. Up next, Sanhok game. What are your expectations, Phoenix? Tell us.
The woodlands, the grasses, the breezy wind,
It's going to be a
and
lot of green, yeah.
amazing fights. We can see these teams are putting up a lot of fights against each other. Some incredible movements too. We witnessed a lot of players doing some experiments, and they were literally working out in their favor. As we just mentioned about the SLR being used by Destroyer, literally destroying every single team who comes into his crosshair. And if we talk about that angel prey,
Yeah.
that angel play from the side of Gully Boy from the team of Freestyle. That was also impressive. Now, it is going to be the fourth map for today. How these teams are going to perform, again, question. But every single time, whenever you ask me this, I have 3 to 4 questions, ready to throw it towards you
Throw
as
them,
well
yeah,
as
please.
to the viewers as well. Now, Team Rec, they got the chicken dinner. Will they able to continue their journey like they did before in the previous match, or they're gonna fall like Team Star? They unable to perform that much as we just were witnessed in the second map, or Team Bablu? They already have a good start. They are on the top team, and will they able to secure a single chicken dinner today, or they're going to take their revenge against Team QWERTY? 4 questions, 4 answers.
First, let's talk about Team Bablu, right? Look at the kind of improvement they're doing over the time. And since the group stages, they've sort of improved. They were looking impressive during the group stages as well. So they've got some decent outings, just like you asked. They've got some decent outings today as well. They were there inside the final circle. That Khan 420 performance inside the final circle in the opening game. Then they got some good Zibian performance in the Miramar. And then in this last game as well, they're looking to hold up the important points. So they're making sure that they are part of the late mid game as well. So this is going to be a team to watch out for, not just in the upcoming Sanhok game, but also during the finale, because certainly they're going to make it through to the finale. And this is a team that can just might get that PMPL slot as well out of the
Yes.
national championship. And so you're never going to keep them out of the equation. But coming up ahead is the game of Sanhok. And as you asked whether R3KT Esports is going to continue the good run or not, they certainly have to. They certainly need to, because even after that big chicken dinner, the 10-kill chicken dinner that they have got, they have just moved up 4 spots. So clearly, they really need to continue the good work to make sure that they enter inside the top 16 by the end of the day before going into that big break. Once they come back, and once they go into the break, they got a lot of homework to do, because the competition is not going to get over inside the semi-finale just now, because we have got 3 more days of action. All these teams are going to play 20 matches per team, but that is going to happen once we come back after the break as well. So how Team Rect is going to play, how Star is going to perform, it's going to be very crucial for them.
As I just mentioned, Trooper, about the break, and I just want to put an eye on to that point too, because I just want to I would love to talk about on that point, because you know what? If you got the break now, you can understand the play style of your opponents, and you can literally work on the counter strats onto their gameplay. Right? The counter strats are very helpful, because if you have the strats ready for a particular team, then you can easily take them down, and you always have an upper hand. Now, if we talk about Lost versus QWERTY, they are in the boot camp area. They have the control of the middle building, the main building. But believe inside those compounds, inside those individual compounds, he has some decent amount of loot, and he has those ARs too in his hand. But the amount of information he can feed to his teammates, the amount of information he can give to his teammates is more valuable.
Really a good piece. But look at that. Believe goes down. Wolverine spots him with that M4, creates that opening. So not a good start here for the lads of Lost Esports. Team QWERTY creating an early opening on them, and now the push is on here. Versa holding on to Erangel. It's going to be difficult for him to hold on, and this teammate is getting eliminated. pressure on to the lads of Lost Esports. Now Team QWERTY in this early start, they are being way too aggressive inside boot camp, flushing out the lads of Lost Esports, and they're clearly dominating this game right from the word go over here. Wolverine, the first knock, the first blood under his belt, and now look at how they have cornered the three players. They're just two in number inside that main building, but look at the kind of impact they're creating.
Yeah, yep, that's true. And right now we talk about the kind of impact Khan is literally clearing out those stairs area, and that was important, right? Because if any player just gonna camp at that particular position, then he can easily take you down and just he can literally finish you off too. Now Wolf, he has that angle, can't just drop down on the ground floor, just near the sandbags, and he can certainly give a lot of information. As we can see, he dished out some amount of damage. He has that Uzi in his hand. Vortex goes down by Wolf, but the trade fire is also there. Only one player surviving from the side of Lost Esports. This is looking impossible.
The footsteps given away, but Khan knows the exact position. The Uzi in hand did not have an extended, but made sure that he landed the 9mm right on point over there, and elimination coming in for Lost Esports. They were looking good as in the first three games, but not getting good kills out there. But clearly, they are not going to get the position points out of this game as well. They are the first team to get eliminated out of boot camp, and a really electrifying start for the lads of Team QWERTY out there.
Rather, they have been just fall back and they can run for their life. Never did that, and now they got punished. And Team QWERTY just won the boot camp fight. Now the players of Rec Esports, right? In the previous match, Trooper, they got the chicken dinner with some decent amount of kills as well. Total 25 points has been secured by themselves. Now look at the position of D8. He can spot out egoist, right?
Professor.
If he can spot him down, and if he can take him down too, then the team will just brought down to only two men.
Certainly, it's a very difficult thing for ELM to work out over here. And ELM, they are facing these drop altercations quite more often than not, and it's not a good position for them to be in. But speaking of good positions, I really like the vision is right now. He's getting a very good vision over the entire Camp Charlie area, and look at that. And it's going to be a very important factor. The kind of information that he's going to rally to his teammate, and let's see how they're going to work with it. And look at this. He's just sitting out there and waiting for Professor to make that move on his teammate. And when he does that, it's going to be a spray coming in with that info.
Vision has a lot of vision on the players of Team Red. Now, some of the players have they have that that upper hand because they are inside the circle. They have that height advantage, but peeking from the same angle and re-peeking from the same angle is the massive point here to win a fight. Now at that position, the players from ELM they just backed off, and they will start rotating inside the circle. A perfect option from their side, and I would love to say that this decision might work out in their favor, so that they can stay strong and survive till the last. And Max T Assad just taking some fights. I don't know from which team. Maybe it might possible from the North Eastport, but he received some amount of damage.
I think it's Team Sky just lurking around the edges from the boot camp side that the shots are being exchanged right now. But Dread is not. He needs a revival from his team, and let's see how the proceedings going to continue, because clearly the strike junction is going to come into equation, Phoenix. And let's see how these teams look at the position of Freeside right now, where Death Squad is, where the BillyBoys are. There are going to be a lot of rotations coming in. The second shift of the circle is going to play a very crucial part, because I really feel like that the circle is somehow got to end towards that Camp Charlie area. The island, on the Camp Charlie island.
Yeah. The Camp Charlie Island. Then this is going to be tricky, right, Trooper? Because if the zone is just going to form towards the Camp Charlie Island, then some teams who are on the upper side, or we can say northeastern side, they have to do some crucial rotations. Or if the zone move towards the Camp Alpha Island, then it is going to be interesting that how these teams will go towards that particular island, because three teams have a good hold of those crucial areas and those incredible areas too. If they spots out any player running out in open area, spots you down, they'll knock you down, and they're gonna finish you instantly. We all know that this Sanhok map is always very, very, very gamble. Like it always put you in a gamble situation.
It really does. But look at the spot for Team Bablu right now. They are holding the center area so beautifully. The tri junction is going to come into the equation. A lot of teams are trying to cross the islands or just make their way from one island to the other using that area where Team Bablu is controlling right now. So it's going to be a pretty important spot for them to control. We'll see how they're going to manage some kills out of the situation because you can clearly see Team QWERTY, Team Sky, even the Labs, Max are just heading towards that tri junction. And we are just to the about to reach the point where we are going to see that second circle shape up, and it's going to be really, really important where this goes.
Oh no, Malik just burned down one player alive. There's Molly on the other side. NFP Sky, Scorch now Destroyer, gonna knock him down too. This is going to be a perfect opportunity to get some free kills out in here. Now, freestyle to start rotating inside the circle by using those vehicles. Vehicles inside the Sanhok map is not the usual, but doing some crazy thing, doing some interesting stuff is center of attraction too, Trooper.
Certainly, and look at Khan just rallying that spray from such a big range over there, using that M466 of his, and just making sure that he tells the team Sky that they have been spotted, and they're going to just keep them at a cautious position right now because only and only then if the rotation is got to be executed, that is going to create those open spaces. And I really like how they are trying to control the vicinity, trying to get the information out from the entire area, and they're still on the that boot camp island right now, trying to control teams that are already present on that Camp Charlie Island. So that tells you the kind of impact this team can actually make, and it's really really good team that we are witnessing here at work. But look at this, even Max Esports coming, trying to come up from that side. That is the area that is being sort of patrolled by the lads of Team Sky right now, and they are making sure to not allow anyone to close in, and also looking at the area where Team Bablu is. So a lot of rotations incoming in this direction. These teams just gotta stay stationed beautifully,
Oh.
and the time is going to come when the areas, the spaces are going to get reduced. The teams have got to close in, and that is the time that you just got to be ready to capitalize on the mistakes that these teams are going to do.
You have to stand out in those types of situations. Right? Now, Team NFA Sky has spots now one player just behind the tree, taking some random shots. But look at that! Look at that! The rotation was so quick that they are in a quite comfortable position. The second zone is start closing in, and we can still see that we still have 15 teams left and 54 players alive. There's one particular river just like differentiating between these two teams. The distance is not that huge, but still ecstasy giving some amount of damage. Max T, they were consistent. They were proving, yep, they have the metal inside them. But right now, that's not just the case. At least you have to get some chicken dinners. The interesting part is Team Bablu are just behind the team NFP.
Look at the cluster, Shivans, towards the southern part of the circle, towards the southeast part to be more specific. Team Envy is there. We got ELM freestyle lurking around, and we have Billy Boys going against this squad. That's a very chaotic situation that is already developing, and the play zone is also going to play. It's far over there. Look at the pressure incoming. Exotic goes down now. Hulk has been pulled down by Leon over there. So very amazing fight that is just developing towards the southeast side, and this is happening when they are not being allowed to cross this bridge, and this is very important for Team Billy Boys and really not doing good in the overall standings. The date very close, that could have been just the end of Leon and the team of Death Squad completely very close, Nate, but he's down. Oh yeah, that is exactly what I was about to say. You got to use your first hit. When are you going to use that? Just one nade could have destroyed Leon completely over there, and kind of he's just going to go ahead
Oh
now.
no!
The five is being held. One more damage over there. Straight up with an AKM. It's going to be really interesting, and that is the elimination of that squad. Billy Boys are going to move ahead from here, but the revive has got to be executed. Straight up. But there's one more team in the vicinity. I think that is freestyle. Have they heard the shots?
It seems like they heard the shot and they know about the situation perfectly, but they knows about the situation. How they're gonna react to that situation, that is more important. Now, third zone again, a centralized shift from the side of third zone towards the temple area. Now, whichever team just gonna secure that temple area, whichever team just gonna secure that ridge area or the mountain area is going to have that upper hand. But Nakam is totally empty. ELM can, easily hide inside those compounds and easily take cover of those compounds so that they can continue their journey in this particular map. On the other side, look at the position of North Esports is moving inside the circle from the water area, which is going to be deadly because SP, they are already waiting for them.
Yeah, that is going to be a very difficult situation. Swimming lessons now in executions right now for North Esports coming in from the northern sides. The area is being heavily patrolled by the lads of XGeneration, but look at further down over there towards the area of Nakam, eliminate the kind of spacings that they have got for themselves. I really feel that this ruins area is going to get heavily contested in a little bit amount of time, where Bablu is just looking around towards the eastern side of that ruin area, and this airdrop just falling on the beaches of the eastern shore of the Camp Alpha Island. Let's see if North Esports or anyone else just gets their hand on this beast.
Yep. You're gonna find that beast and you're gonna use that beast to instantly shred out your enemies. But right now, acceleration, fine, in a very comfortable position, in a very clear position. True. Now, on the other side, Tyrant, he's just taking fight from the players of Boys and the spots out one player, knock him down, just marching on towards him. Right now, he's receiving some amount of damage of the blue zone. Or meanwhile, his teammates is moving inside the circle, which is the good option because respect. What he has to do is to secure some kills. The revival's going to be there. Billy Boy's not in a good position, receiving some amount of damage of the blue zone. So as respects bullets, Billy Boys take an exit at the 14th position, despite of the fact they got stuck inside the blue zone. They won the fight against the death squad. They got 4 kills, but respect not giving any single respect, clearing out every single enemy and got some kills. Look at the position of Thug. He's he's on the cloud nine.
He certainly is. He certainly is. But I really like that push coming in from the lads of freestyle over there. They made sure absolutely to engrave the lads of Billy Boys out there, and they clearly heard the shots when that fight was being executed over the bridge. And then they made sure to stay outside in the blue, and they got those important 2 kills because every point is going to matter a lot. And getting 2 points under the circumstances is exactly what freestyle was looking for. But now, North Esports, they've got their own challenges to deal with. They got to just move uphill, but there's a team lurking around in the vicinity, so they got to be really silent and they got to find a way as well. Let's see what they are going to do because Thug, look at that. This is not looking good for North Esports.
Oh yeah, this is certainly not looking good for North Esports, but they have to do something because right now they are in a very worse position. Thug, switch to that grenade. I think so. It seems like he's just still waiting so that he can still spot out some enemies. The third zone is also closing in, and we already know the teams like who had a great chance of surviving, who had a great chance of securing that second inner, already got stuck in a very weird position.
Zameen is now holding on to this angle. He's asked his other two teammates to sort of rotate for a wider angle, and that is clearly he's just listening to the footsteps pretty closely. If he's just making sure if he does not get close towards the circle, at least his other teammates do. So that's a sacrificial play that is coming in from Zameen right now. He's just listening very closely to the footsteps and allowed his teammates to move further south. And it's going to be very interesting. Is he going to take this fight head on for Turk, move towards those houses, or just wait for XGeneration to move into rotation and then maybe sort of decide to backstab them or go for a late sim towards the teammate? Because clearly he would not have that opportunity to use the Mets once the fast circle of Sanhok decides to close in. So it's going to be very interesting how North Esports deal with this because after this they've just got one match and we know they really do not have a very good position inside the overall standings.
Yeah, they certainly don't have a very good position inside the overall standing, so this will make more difficult for them. But right now, if we talk about teams like Freestyle, right? They are again moving inside the
Look, he's
circle,
called
but
his teammates back.
yeah,
As Thurg mounted the vehicle, went inside the zone, he's called his
wow.
teammates back. Now he's going to move for that beach area just towards the northern side. So it's a very dangerous decision these guys have taken, and they're sort of they would be going head into right into the labs of X generation now.
Oh no, Wait a minute, hold up. But right now we talk about the teams who are inside the circle. They are pretty enough. They're pretty happy with this type of zone rotation and this type of zone ban out. But right now again, Team
Oh.
QWERTY up against Team Bablu. It seems like Team Bablu, they are not in a very good position because only one player surviving from the side of Team Bablu. Other three teammates, they got knocked out, and the Team QWERTY just charging on towards the Team Bablu's compound.
Very important push going through. Voltrix has taken a big responsibility up his sleeve, and let's see, he's close in to the compound where Team Pablo is sort of trying to regroup. Zebian and Dani up on their feet. Team Wolf bleeding out. He needs a revive badly. 420 bed out there, and Carbon can't get to chill out there. But let's see how this situation is going to be dealt by the two players of Team Pablo, because we have got multiple teams inside the vicinity. In the backdrops, you can see Stars also trying to come back, and they're just trying to keep them at bay with that nade. But Wolverine creates that opening on Dani with that huge nade inside the compound. Sibian under some pressure. He's going to be pulled down over here, and let's see if he can give an impact. He's seen this lad do some amazing things in the close ranges, and once again he's going to be trying to do that. But he's got Team QWERTY up against them. They did not. The revive was impossible. It the boat is so close. But 1v1. Sibian goes down. Team QWERTY beats down Team Bablu, eliminated in the half.
For the second time in a row, and ELM Esports, they got a good control of this compound, but they have to be careful because just behind them, there's one team which is so deadly. Team Envy with the three-man lineup, slowly moving inside the circle. They will have to move inside the circle because they have only 14 seconds left on the clock. Curly Boy securing the kill of Kurma. The 7 players alive and 1 player of Star. He has been taken down by the blue zone. This is not a good sign because if you're taking damage from the blue zone, this is nasty. Right now, Ahmed with that M249 spray knocks out 1 player, making it a 1v3 situation. Freestyle again. I think so they're gonna do a third party. Oh wow!
And that too on the edge. Both these teams are under a big trouble. That M249 from Respect coming in, and I really like the way Freestyle is playing this game. Now both these two teams have got a dangerous team looking around, and look at that, how the push has been decimated completely. Freestyle making sure to punish teammate be out there. They're clearing the backlines as well. There's a team looking around in the vicinity, and that is ELM. Let's see how they're going to go, but they're just happy with the 3 kills that they've got over there, and now they're going to move inside the rotation because that's a very important aspect as well. The whip circle closing in is going to be a big damage incoming, but Team QWERTY trying to get a hole inside, trying to get their leg inside towards the north side of the zone right now, and clearly look at Freestyle go. They have got Legion very close to them, and now they are applying pressure on them.
Oh yeah, and that pressure in the favor of Grenade, and Rahi, he has been taken down by that one grenade, but Tyrant pinned down the players of Team Legion, throwing another grenade, but that was not enough because the players, they are not inside the watchtowers, but they are in a different compound. Now, 3 times. Oh no! Respect spots out the fine player of ELM, secured him too, 9 kills onto their name.
Yeah, eliminated out there. Even Rex Esports gets eliminated. Professor getting picked off there by the likes of Respect over there. He's already got 4 important kills under his belt and making a significant noise inside the field as well. Now, NFP Sky in this fight once again. We saw them lose a fight on the heaven area towards the mansion side in Erangel. Look at this, just stepping inside his teammates. Molly, he falls down. Even Halsey goes down. Now the revive, the regrouping has to be done. The enemies inside the house have been eliminated. Both his teammates are pulled out as well. Let's see if Max, the guy just lurking around over there in the next house, if he has that information, it's going to be a perfect time to get a push over there.
For sure. But on the other side, this is battle between these 7 teams. Smoke coming out from the vehicle of Team Wolverine. Right now, Team QWERTY again. They are in a very good position, right? They have the cover of those massive rocks, those trees, and those grasses too. But look at the position of Team Freestyle. They have the advantage of the mountain. They have the height advantage, and they can literally convert that advantage into a second winner. NFP, they're doing a lot of job, which is kind of decent, but XGeneration still surviving despite of the fact they lost 2 players.
Yeah, and they've done the redemption now. They've got their players up back again now. So let's see what sort of a game is this team going to play. And look at this, Freestyle just looking around from the southern edges. There was a big cluster towards the southern side, and there's a heal battle also going on in the backdrop. I believe that is Team Leash in that heal battle. The Team QWERTY has no intentions. They're going to not allow catching Freestyle on the slopes coming in from the southern side. This is a bad decision for Freestyle, but they are just fighting it head on the basis of their gunpowder. Let's see, Malik spotted out in the open, the 4x from Voltrix making damage, but they, on the basis of their gunpowder, have somehow gotten away with this bad decision. They're just hanging on onto that slope. They've eliminated, decimated Team QWERTY, but now on the other side, we've got more eliminations at our hands. That is XGeneration pinning down the last clan of Max, and we are down to just 4 teams. Freestyle with the higher chances of the chicken dinner, but they really got to come down off that bridge ASAP.
Legion also being taken down, and now it's 3 teams, and Team Freestyle 14 kills onto their name. The revival is going to be there. They have, I don't think so that any of the players have any has any type of smoke grenade, and XGeneration is using this into an opportunity. It's converting into an opportunity right now. Pan. Right now, he knows that players are hiding behind the compound, but right now, the important thing is that the grenades it was lethal, knocked out.
Yeah, and Freestyle just trying to get their step inside the circle. They had smoked up a lot of area, but I feel that they were under a lot of pressure, and that time these teams just missed the trick. Malik now making that goal. Gully Boy goes down, and Malik just now the last minute. Look at how he connected those shots. XGeneration eliminated. That was a beautiful finish. Now we are down to a 1v2 situation. No, this is a 1v1 situation. Gully Boy is getting no revive over here. Who is going to take away the 15 points? Freestyle. They had an amazing day number 1. They had a break during the day number 2, and now they are back in action. Let's see if they can get their 3rd chicken out here. They got 2 chicken dinners in Erangel on the day number 1. Now they are on the verge of getting one, and beautiful raid just behind his enemy and planting it and cooking it perfectly. The chicken dinner is here for the taking, and that was the last guy from Team Sky, and Freestyle go home with a 17 kill chicken dinner in a Sanhok game, Victus. I'm sorry, Sivan.
No problem. I love that name, you trooper. But right now they got the highest point for the day, 32 total points in their name, and that grenade, like I have no words. Only one single word. That was
Mesmerizing, absolutely. It was perfectly good, cooked on point, just behind his back. He had no answer to that at all, and what a beautiful way to end the game and get the 17 kill chicken dinner from Freestyle. We were talking if they're going to do the catch up work on not. The answer is clearly here. The answer is yes, and what an amazing game by them. And look at this respect, and we do some amazing moves in this game. The way he captured and engulfed the boys out there, then they engulfed another team, Team Envy, just decimating their push. They were just trying to rush on ELM, and they made sure that Respect and his teammates made sure they were there at the right time and right moment to get important kills. They dished out XGeneration Esports, they eliminate, they got kills against XGeneration, and they got the final circle. They just decimated completely Team Sky.
Oh, yep, and Respect got our respect too by getting those incredible kills. But never thought about Pan, because he got 5 kills into his favor too. Wolverine on the other side, he has the 3rd position in their name with total 3 kills, and Malik is also got the 4th position, the top 4 players with 4 kills. Now, Wolverine, if we talk about this particular player, every single time we can see that he is up for the race for the most valuable player.
Certainly, he is up in the race, and the way he's playing is just showcasing once again. In the last game, I remember it was 868. This time it's just 4 less, 864. So look at the kind of and the amount of impact these this player is just making single-handedly for his team. Freestyle 17 kill chicken in a 32 points. It's going to do a lot of good in their minds and their confidence as well. But XGeneration getting a good game. Team Sky was dropping down. We saw them go down to the hashtag 16 position before the start of this game. They're going to do something good. QWERTY leading from the front already before the start of this game. Let's see if they're going to get CS down here by any other team. I don't think so. But look at that. North Esports missing out. Team Bablu missing out once
Oh
again.
no.
Dead squad anticipated towards that southern side. Lost Esports. All these teams are going to regret this opportunity lost over.
Three teams face an early exit without getting a single point. That certainly is heartbreaking. But Rex Esports, as you just mentioned, with single digit finish, only 2 points onto their name, and I can say the same thing for Star too because I have high expectation from these two particular teams. They just showed that yep, they are capable of getting the chicken dinner. Star got only 5 total points, and you know final match is still there. We still have the last match left, but before that, let's refresh our memories with the Oppo F9.
Yep, all these units are here right in front of us. The action started right before to inside boot camp where Team QWERTY eliminated Lost Esports quite early inside the game, and after that, every single fight sort of was panned out towards the Camp Charlie Island. Even look at this. This is the move I was talking about. Respectly, there was a lot of plan, and that plan kind of that he created made sure that he caught the lads of BillyBoys off guard and eliminated them. Lots of friendly fire action also come into play, and some teammates getting knocked from their teammates Mollies as well. So all that action coming in, and respect. Look at this. This is the moment I'm talking about. He got hold of Professor, and the very next second his teammates got hold of ELM Esports as well. So multiple teams that came under the radar.
Yeah, Ben, you know what? If you're in the radar, you're not going away with a sweet win right now because literally freestyle were like if we are unable to perform good in the first match and second match and third match, we'll fight back and we'll fight massively back in the fourth match, securing a huge amount of numbers, huge amount of points for themselves. But that grenade was so on point and it was so decent. It was so perfectly good. It was so perfectly like look at the parabola. I never ever like calculate the parabola because I'm too bad in the physics. But I can say that it was perfectly on 45-degree angle.
It really was, and freestyle make the appearance inside the top three teams after this amazing, emphatic performance they pulled off inside the Sanhok game. The Bablu sort of slipping out here, but four teams have now crossed that 100-point mark. TMWeSports just moving down to the fifth spot for the first time. The unpredictable on the sticks here. So this is how the first page of the overall standings is looking right now. And look at the slip coming in on them. They have moved down to the second page, and just one more game yet to go before we get into that break. And after that, we come back on the sixth with the remaining be encounters, and Ayat is going to be a part of that. And only then they would be able to go ahead from that 70-point marker where they're holding on right now. Random 4 slipping down to the 16th spot. Team Sky making a comeback inside the second page. They are looking good for now. Team Star has got a jump. Finally, they are out of that last page over there. But Lost Esports and TMW have seen a fall over here. Tyro, all these three teams have recently come inside this game, inside the third sheet of this overall standing post game 14. Like Esports, they're also losing track of it.
But let's talk about this team right now. I'm gonna focus on this particular team, and the name is North Esports, right? With only 45 points, total matches played, which is 9, 21st position. Like they have the advantage of those points, but still, 21st is not a good position. We all know that this team. They have the experience. They know how to play on these particular maps. They have the upper hand, but performing well and thinking that you're going to perform well are two different stuff. We can anticipate the rotations because we have the top view, we have the every single angle. That position when you are on the ground, when you are in that particular map, you have a lot of job, you have a lot of responsibilities, and you have to do your job perfectly. Otherwise, you're going to face the front. And we can see 24th position for North Esports, who were so consistent, who were proving themselves so good, who like kind of decent. Now they're struggling.
Certainly, they are struggling. Let's see if they're going to change their journey on this day number 3 in the last upcoming game. But that is going to happen on the other side of this very short break.
Are you keeping it real? I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, if you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Zone 4G, official partner of PUBG Mobile in Pakistan. PUBG Mobile का real मजा सिर्फ Zone 4G पर. Let's get digital.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to PUBG Mobile National Championship Pakistan 2021, sponsored by the Oppo F19 Pro. Woke up your fun, and thanks to Oppo support for all the events out here. But Shivansh, how are you feeling after the 4 matches we have done and last and final game coming?
It's been 4 matches, but I'm still pumped up because we are going to witness the fifth and the final match for today. After this particular match, all the teams from different groups, they are going to complete their 10 matches, and then the interesting part will start. They'll go on a short break and they'll discuss their strategies. They'll improve their strategies and come up with some new strats and going to prove them, going to prove and how they are going to perform well and they'll secure their position in the top 16. But right now, as just mentioned, it's going to be the final match. How these teams are going to perform and which team is going to get the second winner, it's going to be the gamble. But again, the question is, whenever a team secures a second dinner in the previous match, they fall down in the second match, right? This happens again and again, and repeat. Is the history going to repeat itself? But let's have a look at the head-to-head of the overall stats of these two teams, Team QWERTY and Team Freestyle.
Yeah,
Team QWERTY
certainly.
have a massive lead. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a good lead over there in the damage they have dealt, and they've also got some more damage received. Clearly tells you the team that has been holding the aggressive stance. But the kind of results Freestyle have been getting, look at that, just one less kill out here. So clearly, they're doing the things in the correct manner, and the total points are also not that far away. Just the difference of 14 points out there. So I'm just getting this feeling that Freestyle is sort of just doing things right as they've entered inside the semi-final stage, and it's going to get pretty interesting once both these teams are going to get lined up, and definitely you're going to see both these teams inside the top five as well of the overall national championship as well, and that is what I feel. Coming back to the point that you spotted earlier about North Esports, it's going to be a very important game for them because clearly things are not working for them. Strategies are not working for them right now. They are not getting the kind of results they were getting during the group stages. At one point, they were leading the group stages, right?
Yes.
So in the top three spot, that is where they were. But in the semi-finale, they're not even making it to the second page. So it's a point of concern for them.
I think so. There are two reasons behind it. First of all, so like engaging in those early fights, as well as disengaging or just going away or just not going for those early skirmishes might be the reason, as well as the opponent team already judged their game plan, or if they start engaging with this particular team, they have some different strats to work on it. And right now, one of my favorite playing parts, literally dissecting the map into two equal halves and circle. It is going to form near the military area. This is my prediction. What about you?
Yeah, let us see where the circle is going to be. Certainly, if it is going to be a military circle, it's going to be an amazing way to finish off the day. But as the circle, as we have seen a reverse playing path completely that started from Zerki, ended towards the Nova Ripnoy region. But this is sort of the reverse playing path for Erangel. Let's see how these teams are going to cope up with this because most of the teams are going to get that easy access towards the drop location. And then if we get a certain circle out here, a lot of teams would have to make that big rotation to get towards that military island.
Oh, yes, but Envy, they are quite happy with this plane path. They just drop down near the no grip. No, start looting early. But the point of concern is if the circle moves towards the northern side, or we can say towards the Rozhok or the Severny sides, they have to start rotating early, right? And those early rotations sometimes leads you to the elimination, and we saw that in the first Erangel map at where like the team QWERTY destroy every single team who were trying to rotate from the circle, from the blue zone inside the circle. And as I just mentioned, the circle is not favoring team NB, so as ELM and the team of right now, look at the position of Voltrox and Destroyer. Voltrox is pretty far away from the team. Destroyer just takes that vehicle near the Milta Power area and just heading towards it. Povka.
This is just the reason that the jump location was just a little bit away from that jump area, from that glidable area. So they just got to move and take those vehicles and head towards Lipovka for that early sort of route that they are heading towards. But as you mentioned clearly, Team NV has got to make a late rotation, looting up Nova Ripnoy right now. And we have also seen a similar kind of circle in an earlier game. So the plane path is sort of reversed, and we have a similar side of kind of a circle that just ended towards the top side, the northern side of Yasnaya Poliana, where Rect Esports sort of was able to get that chicken dinner. And we had a pretty decent game for even QWERTY out there. But look at this team, Legion inside Yasnaya Poliana. This is a team that has been not featuring constantly inside these fights. They are sort of just getting away from the fights in the past as well. But now they have got no options over here. And clearly, Rec Esports taking the aggressive stance. They are just heading into this fight right away.
But Red Esports lost one player, which is kind of a bad thing, and that's going to haunt them for throughout the match. Right now, look at the position of Ghost. So far away from the team, just right now, riding a buggy on towards the wasteland, we can say, or the grasslands. Right now, but this kind of decent right now because he is just checking out the area, is checking the waters. Is it safe to rotate, or it's still guarded by that one particular team? Ghost is here to do those individual apartments so that he can put up a good fight against a team who are also contesting the same area. But the interesting part is look at the position of Star inside the 70 area till the second zone. The zone is going to favor them, and this might help them. This might lead them to the victory.
Well, yes, it can certainly do that. But look at this. The teams, so many teams already inside the circle. Team Bablu position, they are looking at a fairly good spot. They're going to loot up the entire area. They do not have to traverse a lot of area to get inside that circle. The northern shores over the city of Silverny also coming into the equation this time. I would really want to see a circle finishing towards that northern side because we have seen a lot of mainland action inside the entire national championship area, but not a lot of action coming in from those northern hills. What about how about this match finishing towards on the slopes of Salver as well? That's going to be an exciting finish. But let's see if that's going to happen or not. That only time will tell. But freestyle, the kind of confidence this team is carrying right now, they would really want to end things on a real high over here. That is going to be something that they are trying. But other teams trying on a completely different storyline. Teams like Rec Esports, they got a chicken when they were lurking around on the 24th spot. They would really want to do a comeback here. But let's see how they're going to pull it off.
You saw that the professor like forcing out the
Yeah.
players to just peek, and you know what? Whenever I say this, oh my lord, that was a risky jump from the side of there. But DS spots him down. DS spots down another player, unable to take both down. But now this could lead to one thing, and that is his position has been compromised. Ghost, he has that grenade, just gonna cook that grenade. He's going to lob that grenade onto the Thor, on top of Thor. Now, Slayer. We can see that player, he's just healing himself up, boosted perfectly, ready for a fight.
Well, he certainly looks like ready for a fight over there, and they're just just getting away from that knock by the skin of his teeth over there. And let's see how they're going to deal with this. This is a 3-1 split onto the terraces, a good cover that is going to get provided. But Denver holding on to that far off angle window. Let's see what sort of an impact is he going to make now. This nade might just be the opening that Rec Esports is needing right now. They're coming into this fight quite early, and really there was no need for this. But look at this, the push coming in. It's his teammate. I thought he just committed in front of him. But yeah, clearly they're in different buildings now. Dead Bear, just the solo play over here. He would also try to toss in some nades on that second floor and maybe try to create an opening. But we have a Spider-Man here.
Oh yeah, and that is very close. Both the players, look at that. Just one wall, or we can say one ledge away for knocking down one player. Dep player, he has that mastermind game plan in his mind ready.
Look at this.
The professional taking down the
Wow!
amount of damage.
Wow!
That
Wow!
speed grenade was
What an
awesome.
amazing display, man! What an amazing display! What a movement coming in from Dead Bear. Absolutely nice opening created over there. What an amazing skill set! And Rec Esports, they clearly did not have any answer to that.
Right now we can see the kill confirmation is gonna be there. No, one step can't do that. Obviously you can, but this is totally annihilation, right? This is totally
No.
annihilation.
It's a part of the game, right? It's not a problem. Until it's a fair kill. I don't. I just like Pixel said this other day. I don't mind at all. It's you got to take it in good spirit. But now the push is incoming from Team Legion. Let's see how they have the Rec Esports. They're in a split situation. A player in the far off building, that is DS, holding an angle. So clearly that flank position has been implied over here, but Ghost is not in one of the best positions here. He's going to get pulled off here. Kevlar getting very close to himself. He's just trying to push that pressure. There goes down and eliminated by Thor. But that opening now being exploited by DS. He's getting the shots directed towards him as well, and retreating and getting away from this team might be the right option this time for DS.
He's a lone survivor, the final player for his team. Their player. That one cheeky move literally leads R3KT Esports to one single player survival. Now, the whole team just charging towards that police department building, and Deb inside the broken building, and he is towards. We can see that he is running for his life, and that is the perfect thing.
Wonderful. And it was an amazing game. The way Legion just cleared off that R3KT spot and that cheeky play that we were talking about, the Spider-Man move and with that left peak just nading Professor out of the game. That was a really good game coming in from the lads of Team Legion over here, and really impressive. But now the time is here for the shift of the second circle, and that has clearly gone towards the city of Water City. Rozok also into equation. Yasnaya Poliana clearly out of the equation right now. The circle is also just moving from the city of Severny. So that hybrid circle that we talk of, that clearly does not tell in which side it's going to shift, is certainly going to be here. If we see a strong hard shift, even Pochinki might be coming into the next circle.
Oh yeah, some of the buildings are going to be inside the circle of Pochinki, but if you are engaging in some long range fight, this is the perfect vehicle. This is the perfect gun. AWM, the green cannon, the massive green cannon, and the red smoke from the airdrop. Catching my eye, but Rahi, oh my goodness, that suppressed M4 spray was on point, knocked out one player of Freestyle and Gully Boy. The chances of his survival is quite low. Will he able to survive? The answer is going to be there because the backup is also there. Tyrant is on top of the ridge right from the right hand side. Just going to stop his buggy towards the rock so that he can make an extra cover. But the other three teammates of Freestyle are also there. But Rahi, he's carrying one of the lethal explosive utility, and that is a frag grenade.
I think he needed to near a bit more height on that nade there, but clearly, let's see, the revive has been executed, but multiple angles now under consideration. Max, Assad sort of giving a bad time. Tyrant goes down this time. This is not a really good position for Freestyle. They were clearly the favorites in the last game. They had a big gun in the game, and they're relying on it a lot. Respect taking the damage from Dread now. So Max Esports looting up Pochinki, just coming down on the just outside the city of Water City. Trying to control the ruins area is giving a very tough fight to the lads of Freestyle, and they are just surviving over here somehow. And Respect giving a very crucial cover fire. The revive is being executed just on the basis of this cover fire from Respect. And now this rotation, this flank rotation, Respect needs to get away. He just bounces onto his buggy and tries to go for a different cover because two players dedicated for Respect. That is the amount of importance of the cover fire that Respect was doing from here. Now this 1v1 situation, Tyrant, he goes down. Rahi, the man out there, once again making an impact, and Malik also getting these shots from Dread. So somehow Max Esports getting the better out of each other. Even Gully Boy is down now. Malik taking the shots from the distance, Dread making an impression, but look at this, somehow Malik has just capitalized the situation on this ridge.
That 2+2 split was not necessary because the two players on top of Respect, a heavy. You can see deployment of team members on top of one player. That was not necessary. But again, a 2v2 situation. Tyrant has held the 75, but right now, the team they are facing, they have that advantage. Tyrant just cooking a frag grenade, just going to lop on top of the massive players, right? They received some more damage. Assad on only 20% HP, could not able to survive for too long. Red on very low HP. They are doing a lot of stuff. He's going to march it towards the last player on Red. Now, will he able to survive? Malik is on very low HP right now. He has only 10 bullets, but Malik, is that enough? Yup, it is. Maxi Esports take an exit at the 16th position.
Wow, wow, wow. Finally, that fight going towards freestyle for a better amount of time. It looked like that Max Esports is going to take this fight away, but two players surviving for freestyle out of that encounter against Max Esports just outside the ruins area. And now that area is also not going to be the part of this next circle. Rozok City coming into the equation. Yasnaya Lake also part of it. So we are going to witness a lot of action upcoming from the southern area right now, where teams like Northeast Sports, with team like XGeneration, even QWERTY, which is sort of part of that big cluster that is happening towards that school apartment area and the area between school and Isnaya inside the circle right now.
Now, Ghost just take out one player, and that is enough, right? Now, Ghost will secure that kill too. So, securing knock into a kill is the perfect option because you are getting some kill points. This gonna help you. This gonna help you a lot in the first stage of the match, the final stage of the map. And in this first Erangel map, we can see that the teams are fighting. The teams are engaging in some fight, but the result is not yet there. They are losing those individuals. They are compromising their position, but not. But wasn't able to, eliminate a whole team, a team as a whole. So that's the most important point. I can see three teams in the same vicinity near the walls of area. NFP and ELM, and I think so another team that is most probably Pubg.
Shivansh, what if the circle moves towards the northern side? It's going to be
Oh
going to
no.
lead chaos.
For sure, the chaos is going to be massive, and we all know that sometimes in the pressurized situation, players commit some mistakes, and those just are not mistakes. Sometimes it just got converted into blunders, and you would never expect that. But right now, we can see the players are playing a little bit passive, respecting blue zone as well as opponents. They know that they are rotating, but not wasting out the bullets, not compromising their position. What if one player is going to peek from a particular angle and he goes down, that the whole team can push towards him and they will take an exit. Now, if we talk about freestyle, they got four kill points, with only two players surviving in their favor. Khan on the other side engaging with the players of Team NB and Team ELM also had two players in Team NB. Before this fight, two players were surviving. Now it's only one.
Yeah, and it's going to be a pretty difficult fight for them. Let's see how they're going to pull this off. And not coming in with that TP4X, a beautiful opening that has been created. And look at this sense of urgency, just heading towards the vehicle. Once again, no, I think they're just going to wait on for that second opening as well, or not. The cover is going to be there with that DP, but Khan is going to deploy himself with one more teammate out there. That is Voltrix, and on a flank angle on this ridge, this is certainly not looking a very good position for the lads of XGeneration out there. Or are they just moving for a better position? Khan!
Oh no!
Oh, his buggy is in a very precarious situation, but somehow gets away with it. And Team Bablu towards that northern side, this is exactly what we were anticipating, a northern push. And that is the chaos that has been created by this zone shift right now. And Khan taking shots here from multiple teams, trying to cross the bridge with his teammates right now. And North Esports also making sure that they pull down Car 20 from Bablu Esports.
Ziban is providing cover to his teammates from the back line with his Me 14 in the 8 times. Right now, Dani is reviving Khan 420. Wolverine, he is ready for the fight, just popping out those moves to make an extra cover. Right now, they have to be prepared. They have to, they have to be secure from the sidelines because we all know that there are a lot of teams who are rotating off the coast. They are not in this position. Khan takes down one, unable to take out the second one because Zipyan is there to knock him down. Right now, Zipyan knows that where Destroyer is and takes down another. That Mini 14 is so deadly. Two players out, two remaining. 14.
Revenge for Team Bablu out there. Let's see if they're going to execute this in a brutal manner or not. The Khan is going to get the right behind the cover of the land over there. The fish is going to provide him a good cover, and this area has been properly smoked up as well. But Destroyer also needs that help, and now they got to smoke up the area from the high ground in the vicinity as well. Look at that flank that has been created by Dani. He's just creating, then engraving the entire team of QWERTY. This is Team Bablu in action, and look at that. The utilities, the action is non-stop. They're just trying to make so much pressure on teams on the lands of Team QWERTY right now, and it's looking an amazing way. That team Bablu is trying to dominate them at this point onwards.
Teams are still there right now. A lot of fights happening out there. Fourth circle, a lot of teams outside the circle, a lot of teams trying to engage in third circle, but that grenade could be lethal. And wasn't able to be on point. Team Wolf dropping another grenade. His health is quite low. World Cross near the tree. Start to like engage into the fight against the Beyond. Team Wolf is not aggressive. So spot one is the Beyond from the back line trying to provide cover, but unable to do that. Team Wolf can also beat them from right now. You can see that World Cross again popped up another smoke, and what Team Bablu decided to back off or to be on the safest side.
Well, this is going to be the decision. They got to take it pretty quickly because Team QWERTY is sort of regrouping, and they're regrouping really fast. They've just lost Khan over here. Still 3 players in 3 split situations right now. Look at the kind of angles they are controlling right now. It's going to be a very difficult situation for Team Bablu to create that sort of an opening once again. But he's found a different team altogether. That is Team Sky onto the other side of the river, controlling and still lurking around inside the city of Rozhok. That is not a very good spot, to be really honest. But let's see if they are going to make that move, and when are they going to decide. It's going to be a very tricky situation for Team Sky. But Team Bablu, the way they have been controlling the riches, they are looking spectacular.
They are certainly looking spectacular, but still, they managed to survive for too long, right? Now they need more kills. Wolverine running out in the open. They have no vehicles and 0 supplies to stay alive. Wolverine just relying on those bandages. They are taking fights here and there from every single angle, dishing out lots of damage to the 2014, and Team Big Boss just Team W Big Boss just knocked out Thor and confirmed his kill too. The 5th circle, the damage is going to be massive, so as the rotation, because all the teams who are on the southern side of the map, southern side of the Rozhok, now they have to move towards the northern side of the Rozhok. Look at the position of Lost.
Yeah, they're just lurking around the edges right now. It's a very good spot for them. But look at this. This is the Rozhok City encounter that we were talking about. This is going to be a very difficult situation for both these teams. Crider is just down, and 3 players inside the compound. They're going to do the push on him. But look at that. The play zone is also going to play its role over here. And Team Sky just really need to regroup and move away from the situation because of very little amount of area on this part, on the southern side of the river. And let's see if they're going to head towards the water. Yes, that is exactly what they're going to do. But Shredder is going to backstep them. This is not a good sign for Team Sky right now. And shots being pounded upon them from the Scarrel, the suppressed Scarrel. A nade inside the river, that is going to do the trick right now. But does he have that? I mean, he's also got to deal with the damage of the play zone as well.
Yep, and right now he has only 2 first kits left to stay alive. Right now taking a lot of damage with the Pubg, but he already boosted himself up on the other side. NFP Sky Ash and a position. ELM Esports taking it. That's 13th position. We still have 11 teams alive, ladies and gentlemen. All the teams who are moving inside the circle got punished, and who already are inside the circle punishing them. We can see that XGeneration, what? Man, he was got knocked out. His teammate just fall back, moving inside the circle. Rahman is more important for that, and he is just going to revive him on the inside. He's going to make them down. Yes, come on, he has to do something. Knock down one player with his AK incredible play.
Wow. And now Malik and down there. That is going to create a bit more pressure. And elimination for Freestyle. That is Death Squad. Somehow managing to throw them out of this lobby completely. Now Dani gets into action, but look at this. Death Squad sort of still eliminating one more team, not allowing Team Sky to come out of the waters over there. They are just on a roll over here. Look at the number of kills Death Squad have already got for themselves. They're just getting good kills, important kills for them, and eliminating multiple teams out there. But Team QWERTY on to with this push on XGeneration right now, and XGeneration trying to keep them at bay by using the utilities they have, and from the distance, Death Squad have got their eyes on this fight as well.
Wartrock's on the other side. Oh, this out a lot of damage, but he got punished too. QWERTY in a 2v1 situation. Wolverine just got thrown down. He has an M4, but I think that the revive is sort of more important, but it has been denied by Thug. Now we still have 8 teams at XGeneration putting up a good fight. Only one player surviving fast with his arm spots of Destroyer trying to take out some damage, compromise his position, not looking good. Destroyer takes his position instantly on top of the race on the other side. Bablu from the back of Rock trying to pin him down, but this fight is going just outside the safe zone, and the safe zone is also moving in. Destroyer slowly falling towards Rock. Both the players are pretty close to each other, but haven't noticed each other's rotation.
Well, that is going to get pretty exciting now because we've got still 8 teams and 19 players trying to fight here. Destroyer finally finds Thug. Finally, and look like that he's not going to find a Thug behind this burning group, but eventually does. An XGeneration thrown out of the
Look
game
at
and
that.
they're down the 7.
This is big plane play. This could be the big plane or the same 50 of 60 IQ gameplay. Now, the player unknown, he is just hiding inside those bushes, right? Bushes. We all know after 300 meters, we are unable to see the grasses, and he has been prepared for this particular angle, and he has been prepared for this particular skirmishes, or he has been prepared for this particular what we can say situation, because now every single player is going to be very close to you. If they only one chance they can spot you is if they're very close or they're pretty far. Now unknown can literally change the wind, literally change the direction of the tide if he can. But right now, also Bablu doing the same thing, taking a lot of fights. Despite the fact only one player surviving. Team 40 on the other side, taking exit at the 7th position with 8 kills. Not esports. Daku is there to take the revenge. Only 8 ammo in his AK, popping out some smokes, moving inside the circle. Only 1 meter far away from the circle. Dani leading out slowly and steadily. Zibyan throwing some volleys to take down Daku.
Wow, Zibyan still trying to fight off here. And look at Daku. North Esports, they needed a big game. That is what we were telling. But look at that. He's been eliminated. Daku gets pulled off from the distance. Star Hasni sort of gives an impact. And that gives the opportunity to Zibyan to hold on to this revive of Dani. That's a massive it's a revive that has just been executed over there. It wasn't possible at all. Team Star had a big role in this game. But look at this. After the Miramar game, this is the second time that Team Star have deployed their multiple players inside the final circle. Dead squad. They're losing players and they have still got 3 players inside there. Lost Esports also getting eliminated from the game. This is going to be Star and Dead squad once again there. Let's see who's going to go in the second.
Star Hudson going dead. Knocked out 1 player. TFD down, 2 left. Couldn't confirm that kill too. Don't go. Like, don't be so over aggressive. Right now, just repeating from the same angle. Right now, look at the position. 2+2 split, taking cover off those vehicles, which is a viable option in the favor of Star. Bablu team is still surviving. 2 players from the team Bablu, they are still there. And we should never underestimate Team Legion on the back lines. They are not inside the circle, but they are still inside the fight. Zipia is loading out his backpack, loading in his backpack to move inside the circle. That player right now is moving himself so that he can boost himself up and he can run fast to move inside the circle. But at down position, Godfrey is just going to wait for him. Hustle receiving some amount of damage, and as I just mentioned, Godfrey is just going to knock down their player.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting fight now because Team Star is now surrounded by multiple angles in this fight. This is not a sign of kind of situation they were expecting to face inside the final circles. They're exposed to multiple teams. Team Bablu, on the other hand, with still 2 players looking around, they're looking good. The position for Team Bablu is really looking good because all the 3 opponents are sort of at an angle that cannot just hurt Team Bablu at this point. The switch is going to be a really good spot for them to just hold on to. And look at this, Dani, he creates an opening onto the team that is towards lower ground. That is Team Death Squad, and Zibyan is sort of trying to win now the split situation of Team Star and just bombarding them with the utilities. Look at how low Meke is, and look at that. Hustle goes down. Meke just pops in that first aid now. Zingod has been deployed in this ditch once again, and this resistance coming in from Meke, not allowing the lads of Bablu to get close. This is going to be a big nade that is incoming towards the team of Team Star. Let's see how they're going to face this. A bit of a distance, a bit of an extra bit of a distance was required. Another there. Team Legion eliminated in the backdrops.
Now the situation is more interesting. 2 players from Dead Squad, 2 players from Bablu, and 4 players from Star. They have the advantage of the man and the kills, right? They have enough kills, but that when it could be lethal. But Dani just behind the rock, and so as Beyond. Both the players providing cover to each other so that if any player was rushed towards them, they at least take down 1 and finish them off. Now, that one grenade, another time, that was an off-angle grenade, just leads to the chances of survival, increasing chances of survival. Team Bablu, 14 seconds left of the clock. Team Bablu, they have to move inside the circle, 12 meters far away from the safe zone. Dani spots down the players of dead.
Well, this fight is still three-way, Shivansh. Let's see what's going to happen. Team Bablu still trying to just somehow take down players from Team Star, but they've got an opening on Team Bablu. This is going to be a pressure situation now. And are they going to commit for this push? Because clearly that squad really needs that to happen. But Mickey, on the other hand, is trying to create that rank angle. Look at the way they're flushing out opponents inside the final circle. Dani is down completely, and the kill has been stolen from that squad. This is something that really is not going to be judged. And Mickey, has he just run away? Has he just run away with that chicken dinner? I'm just going to be really surprised if that has just been happened, because clearly has McKay. No. McKay was pulled down there, and Star in 11, the man advantage coming into the situation, and go away with the chicken dinner. Amazing game coming in from Team Star, and this is exactly what they wanted. A 10-kill chicken dinner for them. For a moment out there, it looked like that death squad are going away, but McKay and his teammates made sure to be there when it mattered.
To be honest, just before this game, they were on the 15th position in the overall ranking. One chicken dinner pushed them to the 9th position. Can you believe? From the double digits to the single digits, leading them towards victory. Just 1 point, one single position far away from the first stage of the leaderboard, and they are reflecting every single movement, every single game plan, every single perfect fight into this chicken dinner. But if we talk about the most valuable player, versus Zameen, 740 damage, 5 assists. Oh, that's massive.
Yeah, really. This is a player who is featured constantly inside the MVP tallies again and again. And once again, with a very strong performance, it was really needed for his teammates to uplift the spirits out there. And we were talking a lot about this team, right? That North Esports really need a good performance. And that's exactly what they have done in the last encounter. And I'm really happy to see Zameen once again feature here. 740 damage, 6 kills. It's been the perfect outing in Erangel. Not a very good day for North Esports, but clearly a good jump inside the overall standings is exactly what they wanted before heading into the break. Jingod right here in front of you. So he's got 2 chicken dinners for Team Star during the wow. That is exactly what Team Star was looking for.
You know what? They are the stars of the Pakistan region, securing 2 chicken dinners in a row and just living up to their name. Literally impressed me a lot. The way they played, the way they executed every single fight was so good. But let's talk about the match summary, which is more important, because look at the damage Sufyan dished out in this fight, in this particular match. 1024. Oh my goodness. 17 utilities used by Dangi to keep surviving for too long. Zameen with the highest kill. Match ranking, we already know who got the finest amount of points, which is Star X. But Team Bablu not that far behind, so let's start sharing the total points.
Well, yes, and 25 points for Team Star, exactly as you mentioned. This is what they needed. Now they are on to the #9 position. What a way to go inside the break, right? And this team was at the 24th spot before the start of the Miramar game, right? They were on the last space, and now they are on the 9th. They've jumped 15 points in a matter of 3 to 4 matches. So that's a big statement for all the teams out there. They've just completed the first half of the semi-finale. Team Star can pull this off, so can you guys lurking around on the last page. And please, that try-hard effort should come in from all of them. I'm really happy with how even R3KT Esports got that chicken today, but they could not carry that momentum inside this game. BillyBoys missing out on the opportunity that they got in the overall scheme of things today. So these few teams really got to learn from what Team Star has pulled off today, and let's see if they're going to come back with some better performances.
At a moment of time, I thought like R3KT Esports are going to display the same amount of competition, or they're going to reflect the same amount of competition. The Star was reflecting from every single match. At least they were getting some decent amount of points. But you have to look at this particular nade. That grenade was so on point, so calculated, and the movement, the TP track is so calculated. This leads to the good and decent points securation of Team Legion. But after this, fight, freestyle, they literally falls down, but still somehow backfires and punishes the opponent team.
Yeah, so many amazing fights that we witnessed. Remember the position of Team Star at that point. They were sandwiched inside the ridge over there with Team Legion lurking around from behind. And I also liked how Team Bablu played here. They were
Oh yeah.
dominating for a very good amount of time. Sibian with multiple knocks on Team QWERTY. They closed in with multiple angles. They were looking to dominate. They were giving a very good fight. Eventually, Team QWERTY went down as well, and Team Bablu was fighting inside the final circle. It was a very, very brilliant effort coming in from them.
Was certainly very, very good. But after I literally thought that Destroyer never ever fought down with the final player. So, but he managed to do that. That grenade was so on point. But just because of that grenade, the position had been compromised. He literally tried his level best to take the situation in his hand, and yep, did the same thing, but unable to secure a decent amount of able to secure the second winner. Now, if we talk about the overall rank, look at that. QWERTY Freestyle Bablu on top, or to secure the first, second, and third position, as you just mentioned before the first game started.
Yeah, certainly. And now freestyle just rising to that second spot. It's going to be really, really good. And all these teams, the way they have performed today, it's going to do a lot of good. And once again, coming back to the thing that I mentioned, it's a rehearsal day, right? The final day is going to be the same teams playing. So the other teams that have slipped down today just got to be really, really cautious. You got to put a really, really good score over there because they started this day on the first page, right? And now they're in the middle of the second page. So they've got to be really cautious. This has not been the kind of half of the semi-finale they would like to repeat when they come back after the break on the 6th. Let's see how they're going to perform over there. But this is the last page. North Esports, I'm pretty happy with them. At least they've risen up to the 17th position right now. And maybe this was the area that they started their journey today. So no slip for them, but they really got to move in the right directions as well. TMWeSports also have an outside chance. So does Random 4. Even everyone has an outside chance. One good day can carry you right to the first page as well. But who is going to pull that off? That's going to be the question. And if that question was asked earlier, the answer today is Star. And they have really shined today in a beautiful manner. The kill leader, Tally in front of us, Voltrux, and his teammates also coming in. Wolverine is out there. They have been absolutely amazing. They have been the real killers out there. Team QWERTY dominating it.
Yup, and we can see the domination reflection from the side of Wolverine. Damage stat, 5,500 damage stat, massive, that is huge. But Bablu Zibian not that far behind for him, secured 23 kills for himself and for his team. If we talk about the day report, in every single stat, Team QWERTY is there. Damage, heals, kills, knockout, and damage.
Wow. What a way to dominate the day. They haven't got all the chicken dinners, but they've got themselves featured in every single column out here. Damage, heals, kills, whatever you pick up, you've got Team QWERTY out there. Look at the number of kills they got during the course of 5 matches. 48 kills in 5 matches. That's a big number. And any team, anywhere, in any lobby would be proud of that number. And that is what Team QWERTY has pulled off here. So clearly, they're dominating the region just like they did during the group stages as well. But we are done with the first half of the semi-finale next year. And yes, we have got all the teams that have played their designated 10 matches. Portal Esports did miss out on one, so they are just sitting on with 9 matches out there. And I don't know how bad it's going to hit them, but clearly they could have got some good points out of that. But it doesn't really matter now. It's all gone in the past. They should make sure that they play the remaining 10 for sure. But all these teams have now got an idea what they're heading into inside the day number 4, 5, and 6. We're going to go in for a little break, and the action is going to resume on the 6th. That's going to be an amazing day for the Group A and Group B openers, and I'm really excited how those matches are going to shape up.
Yeah, how those matches are going to pan out, that is the first point. But the second point is teams like Team Star, they really put up a good fight, but they have to continue the aggression and this form till the end so that they can qualify for the top 16 and they have the chance to compete for that one crucial PMPL slot. And we all know that is crucial, but that is more important so that you can literally reflect that yep, you are representing your country for the PPL.
Just like us, that is exactly the right kind of motivation for a lot of teams trying really hard there. Let's see who's going to reach there or not, but we're going to find that when we come back after the break. So take care of yourself, everyone. We're going to end the show now and just keep smiling. And once again, a very happy Friendship Day. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.